Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another stream, and today I'm gonna be doing some reactions today. Oh, you can already see what I'm gonna be reacting to. So today's gonna be a big day of reactions. Okay. Can I pull up my stream, please? I always hate doing this. Of course, and then go. All right. I really need. This is why I need to upgrade my monitor. I keep saying this, but I'm gonna actually invest. I'm gonna have to invest in not even a second monitor, just a bigger monitor. Cause like I mean, imagine if I could have two different like tabs open. I technically can, but like you know what I mean, like two full-size monitors, but like in one. If that makes sense. So what would that be like? Whatever. It doesn't matter. Have you seen the new Elden Ring trailer? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. I don't know why I said that. Actually, I should just look at that now. Why not? Let's look at it, because I heard about it. I didn't think it was real. New Elden Ring trailer. Okay, right here. I don't like trailers. I should make that very clear. I think trailers are boring. They never get me hyped. I don't know. Trailers are just so boring. I just can't be about. I hate them, but might as well see it. What did it say? May contain content. Oh, inappropriate. Is this supposed to get me excited? I'm more excited by the title than the gameplay. Alright, I should stop. That's just how I feel about trailers. Like, how am I supposed to be excited by this? I don't know. Like, I don't know what this is showing. Wait, isn't that the starting area? Yeah, it is. Oh, so they're gonna base this off of... Oh, I'm just gonna stop pausing. Don't pause. Where's that? Oh.
Seekers of redemption, you were chosen, thrown together by forces beyond their control.
Ooh, okay. So, basically, it's turning new combat. Yeah, no, this is all new. Okay.
Tragedy must be averted. And for that, I need your help.
Okay, so we can fly. Alright, I guess that's cool.
The night is far from over.
Oh yeah, okay, new areas. You could ride a dragon. Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard people talk about this. The Nameless King is in the trailer, which is very suspicious.
Little pillager. Bent
Wow,
on sacking the
that guy's
land
crazy.
of gold. I will swat away any and all who dare approach.
Ooh, okay.
Band together and prepare to claim. The life of the Night Lord.
I'm a little lost on this because not only did I see obviously the Nameless King from Dark Souls 3, but also it looked like it was in the base game of Elden Ring, but also added stuff. So is this like, I don't think it's a DLC. I had this talk last night with some people about is this even a DLC? Oh, so apparently seamless co-op mod in base Elden Ring. You liked it? Okay. Humanity learning to climb walls instead of ladders now? What? No, okay, so I mean, my thing about it is, from what I've heard, actually, I can just pull it up on Steam, can't I? Where was it? Is this it? No. What was it? Elden Ring or something? Yeah, I pulled it up. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so I remember I looked at this last night, and I saw it said online co-op. It didn't say single player. And the reason why that's a problem is because from what I think I read somewhere, where was it? Where did I read? I know I read somewhere that it said it was going to be you had to play with two other people, which I don't have friends who are going to probably play this, and if I do, well, I'll be lucky, but I highly doubt I will. So I'm pretty much cooked. Which kind of sucks, but I'm not a big fan of this whole co-op thing. I wish it would be single player. I'm one of those people, by the way, who loves playing things by myself when I can. Even though it's more fun to play with friends, playing by yourself is also fun, and of course it only supports Xbox controllers, because we're stupid. And we hate PS4 and PlayStation 5. I don't know. I don't know what to think about the game, because I don't know much. I wanted to climb walls and use hawks to fly. Okay. To fly alone? Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, yeah, okay. I don't know. I can't be excited about it because, well, I mean, it's just a trailer, and trailers, like I said, don't get me excited at all because it's just gameplay with a... I don't know, every trailer seems to be the same where it's like, oh, we're just gonna put, like, dramatic music over cutscenes that look very generic. Like, no, yeah, some of the moments look somewhat cool, but it's like, it's not finished. So, until I actually have my hands on the game, I will not be excited for it. And even then, I don't know if I'll buy this because it's co-op, so I'd have to, I don't know. We'll see. Join forces while I play a creepy knight and dangerous within. That, I mean, I don't know. Anyways, let's get to the, okay, wrong button. Reaction. Wait, where was it? Alright, let's do this. So this is the title of the stream for a reason, because this video, I saw it and I said, what the hell? When you're too drunk to realize you almost hit Kamala Harris head on. Now, first off, see, right there. I don't want to get into any politics, but all I'm gonna say is, bro, like, you know, you can't be. The worst thing you could possibly have happen, obviously, is be drunk and hit a vice president, a elected vice president in office. It's the worst thing that could happen.
The evening of October 21st, 2024, Vice President Kamala Harris had just finished up a rally in Brookfield, Wisconsin, energizing a crowd for her presidential campaign. But as her motorcade made its way to the airport along I-94, a vehicle driving in the wrong direction approached.
Okay, I mean, I'm sorry, but like, bro, if you're that drunk, you're gonna get canceled if you mention politics, by the way. No. No. I'm not big enough for that to really happen, but I'll say this. I don't like to talk about politics because there's such a huge divide on them, and it's like if you're on one side, the other side attacks you. They'll try to argue that that doesn't happen, like, but it does. You know, people will try to argue, oh no, we're accepting. No, you're not. Okay, I mean, most people might be, but I've just, you know, the internet, it's the exception. The internet's always going to be the minority of people speaking are the ones that are heard the most, which are always the haters. So I'm not going down that path. Oh, but anyways, I don't know how you could possibly be this drunk where you don't even realize you're on the wrong side of the road. I've never been drunk, never will plan on doing that, but if I was drunk, I know that I would probably not. I just, I don't know. I don't know how being drunk works. You just stop thinking entirely because going on the wrong side of the road in a highway where cars are clearly going towards you. I feel like it doesn't matter how drunk you are, you should just realize, oh, I'm actually gonna kill myself. That means you have no survival instinct. I don't know. I don't know how drunk gets work. I can't English remotely. Alright.
just feet. After passing 29 vehicles involved in the escort, a Milwaukee County Sheriff's deputy at the rear of the motorcade quickly stopped the vehicle, identifying the driver as 55-year-old Wayne Wacker, who appeared to be heavily intoxicated.
Alright, let's get one of those blockers up there.
5-4, give us updates in that wrong way if you can on channel 1. Keep the air clear.
They currently have a vehicle stop. We're trying to get confirmation on where it's stopped.
Also, I should mention, because it's just in my mind, right? Thinking about how, like, what are you supposed to do when you go to a bar? I don't know, because I've never obviously drink and went to a bar. I can't English still. My point is basically like, okay, so let's just say you decide to drive to a bar with your friends. Like, do you just have someone, like, there's no way you can guarantee that the driver will not get drunk because you're going to a bar, right? So then it's like, well, what do? You just drive home drunkly? Like, what do these people do when they drive to a bar? I don't know. Like, you hear about these people go to bars by themselves, right? It's like, well, you're going there to get drunk, so what are you doing? Like, I don't know. Am I slow? I don't know. You can't just call an Uber and leave your car in the parking lot. I don't know. It's just a thought.
Do you know where that wrong way driver stopped at? We're stopped at 16th Street.
Upon making contact, an open Miller Lite beer can was clearly visible in the center console.
Is he?
How'd they stop him?
I think he's got him. He's the Queen's got him.
Oh,
You got his ID and
he's
everything?
feeling himself.
Hey, you got your ID on you, sir?
What?
You got your ID on you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna need that. Is it in here? Your ID's in here? I don't think so.
No. Right.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I'm surprised the police did not just completely. Oh, by the way, how is this related to Kamala Harris? Where is she? Confused. No, my main thing is I'm surprised the police did not just immediately try to like shoot him or like threaten to shoot him because that's pretty usual with these types of scenarios. I'm actually surprised how respectful they're being, like how calm it is.
Where are you coming from tonight, my boss? You don't know? Clearly too little too much to drink, even with your Miller Lite here, huh?
Doesn't matter.
It sure does. Still having trouble finding your ID, huh?
Yeah, that guy is cooked.
Can't find it? Why do you keep pointing at that? I didn't need your ID. I don't care what's in there. You let the pilot car know it's going to be an R1.
Does bro not keep his ID in his wallet?
Oh, no, still not it.
Like what?
40 to dispatch. I'm gonna go back to the pilot and 12.
What's up, dude? How you doing?
Copy that.
Good.
He's looking for his ID. It's taking him about 10 minutes to find it.
I got you. It's not next to that open beer right there. That's fine, man. Just go ahead and step on out.
Yeah, you can hop on. We're keeping him in there, but you can hop
I mean,
on out now.
here's my problem. Why do they care so much about the ID? I know this sounds stupid, because I know it's protocol probably, and there's probably a good reason just to make sure they can confirm it's you. But like, bro, I know for a fact that they have like technology that allows you to literally, like, look at the driver's license, put it into like a computer, and then it tells you who owns the car. The problem with that, obviously, is this guy could just be like, this could be a rental car, this could be someone else's car he's in. Like that's the issue with it. But like, I mean, odds are this is his car, and I don't know. And plus, he has the he also has the registration. Didn't he give the registration? Yeah, I mean, we obviously know who he's the owner. Like, come on.
Hop on out of the car. Hop out of the car.
Well, it's not
Talk to my
obvious.
partner.
No, let's get him out first. Let's get him out. That's fine. So unbuckle your seatbelt, sir.
Yes, sir.
All All right, man, we're gonna go back this way, okay?
Yeah.
Just gonna keep a hand on you, man. You're kind of unsteady on your feet, okay? We're gonna walk this way, all right?
Yeah.
Right here. Where you coming from, man? Huh?
Down south.
Down south? You know you could have killed somebody, right?
This guy is.
Going the wrong way in traffic,
God
man.
damn,
Very
it's
busy
just
highway
like.
here. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. How much have you had to drink today?
Couple beers.
Couple beers? How long ago?
For this wrong way, I had to start a new car over there.
Tonight.
Tonight? Okay. What's your name, man?
Wayne.
Wayne? Wayne what?
Whacker.
Whacker. All right, man. So what's going to happen now is we're going to put you through a series of field sobriety tests to make sure that you're okay to drive, okay? Is that something you'd be willing to do?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay. All right, so some other...
Why
people
would?
come talk
Oh,
to
this guy. Yeah, no, he's just. I know he's drunk, so he's not thinking straight. I still don't understand how this is happening. Like, I just don't get it at all. If he's claiming he drank only beer, like, you must have downed like 50 beers to get to this point. Because, you know, beer's not supposed to get you this intoxicated. My thing is, obviously, you never want to. Well, from what I understand, actually, I don't know the law that well. I'm pretty sure though you can get away with like saying no to field sobriety, so that you don't have like proof. But it also looks suspicious if you reject it and breathalyzer. But I think you can. Actually, can you? I don't know.
And then we're gonna
Never
get
mind.
that process started, all right?
Yeah.
All right.
You got a PPT? Okay, I'll go and start it to make sure we get running.
Okay. All right, Wayne, how about you lean against this wall right here for me, okay? There you go.
He'll have one. We'll need your, we'll need your PBT.
240, man. Anybody give you a plate yet?
No.
Wayne, what's a good telephone number for you?
Due to the nature of the incident, U.S. Secret Service agents responded to the traffic stop to speak with Wayne.
So like I said, man, some people want to come talk to you, okay? And then we're going to go through the other process, what's going to happen
You're
next, okay?
screwed.
Yeah.
So I'm going to want you to perform some field sobriety tests.
See, the
for me.
problem is he's acting like it doesn't matter. Well, we know he doesn't care because he said that, but the problem with that is then when you are getting questioned by Secret Service, they're gonna think you're like, you have ulterior motives and just like, oh, I was drinking and driving. Again, I don't know what the, but the problem is where's Kamala Harris and the whole squad, right? Where was it? Like, I don't know how close it was. I don't know.
Me to make sure you're okay to drive, all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's gonna be them right here.
All right, cool.
841 dispatch.
Guys wanna hop the wall? Guys wanna hop over? Wanna bring him over here? So it's him right there, that's the driver right there. He's tanked. He had open intox in the car. He's tanked. So. You give these guys his info? He'll have his info right here.
Wade, do you remember where you got on the freeway at?
Yeah, right down the road.
Right here?
Close.
Okay. Where were you? Like, where were you?
What
headed
is this
from?
shirt, by the way? World Tour. Does that say tour? Oh, it does. Viking, so it's banned? Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, it says World Tour. I couldn't tell you
Do you
what that
remember?
is.
Yeah.
Where were you coming from?
I'll print it out. I'm just gonna make sure. He's gonna print it out for you. He's gonna give you a printout with all his information. Okay.
Down a gay bar down in.
Gay bar downtown?
Okay, bro.
Or, like, where?
Yeah, yeah.
I forgot those existed.
No.
Well, if you take 25th exit,
You can spin her.
to the left, and you can hop right back on.
You can just get right back on. We'll be over in a minute. Sounds good. Hey, somebody else was making a violator stop right when this was going on,
Dude,
right?
this fucking Montalongo,
That's
dude.
why I said dude.
Dude, that's like the third one they did, dude. Like, come on, bro. Especially when they're moving, like bro, come on. Especially like.
I have no clue what they're talking about.
Literally, this is the reason why.
Yep. All right, Secret Service, all good?
They're coming back. They were gonna talk to him first.
Oh, okay. All right, I was gonna get these fields going.
No, yeah, just wait. They're gonna swing around at 25th.
Yeah, I'll take it, bro. It's my zone. Was it in the center council or where was it at?
It's there.
It's there. Okay.
This is just pissing me off. This guy's pissing me off. He's just smiling, like, oh, my ID is just in the console. It's there. Like, bro. My God. Get out of here, kid.
What? See a bunch of cars go by when they're going the wrong way?
No.
You didn't see that?
What? Okay, he's lying. I mean, the problem is, at this point, there's nothing you could really do that would get you out of the situation. Like, it doesn't matter what he says. He's gonna get charged. But, like, at least answer it, like, no, yeah, truth really is wrong, too. I don't know. Because the problem with him lying, well, I assume he's lying, is, oh, well, now they're just gonna have more evidence that he was even too intoxicated. I don't know.
Where are you coming from? Car? Home?
What? He just... Okay, so he changed the story for fun.
Take a suspicious 979 South 60.
Any idea if Kamala Harris is in town?
Well, I guess I did.
Is that the reason you're going the wrong way on the highway?
No.
Why are we going the wrong way on the highway? Because you're drunk? What?
Drunk.
Do you remember what entrance you came up on?
What?
Do you know what entrance ramp you came up on?
Ooh.
You don't remember any of that?
This guy is confusing me because he's changing up a lot of stuff. Like, also, why are you questioning a drunk person? What are you gonna get out
Did you
of
actually have to
this?
make contact with it?
No,
Stop.
but I was about to.
Oh yeah, you did no choice.
Right. He stopped.
Good. You're probably like, oh shit.
And then he started to turn to the left, and I got right up on him from that close.
So he was gonna try and go around you essentially, yeah.
But my plan was to hit him.
Hell yeah. You got it. This is the best time. There's no way other than his MPS employee, dude.
MPS?
He already got him back, I think. Queen did. Yeah, Queen got him back.
Sure with MPS.
I have no clue.
Great.
It's a teacher.
What?
Passport?
I didn't. No.
Do you have a passport? No?
No?
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
God.
fat.
So, I'm going to ask you a bunch of weird questions, but I got to ask them anyway, so just bear with me.
Yeah, of course.
Are you motivated by any kind of extremism group? No. Are you involved or associated with any kind of group?
Ooh.
No.
Like a military group or like anything
No,
like that? Are you a gun holder?
Here's the problem with these questions. Why, if you're even remotely intelligent, your IQ is above 30, I'd say you probably just lie. And then what are they supposed to do? Like, what? I mean, yeah, obviously your actions can determine it depending on what you do, but I'm just saying, like, if they have to ask you these questions they don't know, then why ask them? Because you could just lie. I don't get it. Well, like, obviously you could probably get charged and put in jail for lying if they find out, but, like, still. I mean, most people would be intelligent and just lie. Because how they're going to figure it out? How are they going to prove it?
Carry? Do you own weapons at home?
No.
Anything like that? You don't have any guns at home?
Yeah, I do.
What?
What do you got?
I got a 12 gauge.
Is that just for protection on the home? You don't take it anywhere else? You don't go anywhere else with it?
No, my uncle gave it to me.
What about mental illness? Do you take any
Is
medication?
that even legal? Is that, by the way, I don't know. Is it legal to give a gun that you own to someone else who doesn't have a license? Or is that not how that works? I don't know. I feel like that shouldn't be legal for some reason in my bones, or never lie.
Diagnosed with any, like bipolar, schizophrenia, anything like that?
No.
Have you ever been to, around any kind of Secret Service event, like a rally, a political event?
No.
Nothing like that? And again, fair question, just bear with me. Do you have any undue interest towards assassins, murderers, mass murderers, anything like that? No? What about friends or family? You married? Got a wife? Divorced? What's your ex's name? Were you working 2 nights ago and I got my OWI 6?
No.
I got an OWI 6 on Saturday night.
Oh, yeah, it's off this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Telling you, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. Right, like 8:15.
Oh, really?
Just cruising down 43, going 45 and a 55, just putting along, putt. I'm like, what the?
Okay, why include this in the video? I'm sorry, you could just edit this out.
Hell yes.
Man, dude, I only got like 7 for the year, dude.
O-dubs?
Yeah, it's hard on second shift, dude.
It is. is, how many times are we to end our shift? And
All I
he's
know
going,
is if
"Get
the
home
Secret
on time."
Service was questioning me, I think I would probably be the sweatiest man in the world, and that would make me look incredibly suspicious. Which reminds me that lie detectors make no sense, bro. I just remember because I remember seeing these people like use lie detectors. My problem with lie detectors is that how do you, like, because they're not 100% accurate. It's like, bro, how can you use them? I know it's not relevant, but like I just feel like if I was in a situation where Secret Service was interrogating me and they were using a lie detector, I'd be screwed because I think how the lie detectors test work is that they track your heart rate. And like, bro, my heart rate's not exactly low when I'm in that scenario.
Time, bro.
Whatever.
Demons, like, do I stop?
Doesn't matter.
Make sure, because I've got to work in the morning, or
Especially if it's not like super obvious. You know what I mean? Like,
first on 30, you just be, oh yeah, you just check it out. Yeah, you just check it out and see 10.
Can I go or
No.
Oh my God, this
We
guy.
got to do those field tests on you. Obviously, that was the Secret Service agent. Now we'll do our business shortly.
Okay. What? There's other people pulled over or what?
Nope, that's all for you.
This guy is
you're
so
driving the wrong way on
dumb.
a very busy highway, man. This is one of the most populated highways in the state.
With the federal government
Yeah, you're
concerned
right.
about it. Yep.
Do you still work for MPS?
Yeah.
Yeah, what school?
He works for his school. Oh Lord have mercy.
What the hell is it called?
No, I'm asking.
It's called,
This guy pisses me off, bro. I don't know. I just feel like he should never be allowed to drink ever again. I feel like every bar should ban him. I think they should put his name in a poster and put it in every single bar and say, hey, if you find them, kick them out and we'll reward you with $100,000. Which obviously will never happen because I guarantee you'll have access to a bar again.
Where's it located, Wayne?
no, it's called, Alright. No, wait.
This guy doesn't even know where he works. Like, how do you not know that?
Yeah, what grade? What's I teach for like K4 till K8.
What is this? Viking World Tour.
Time you got, Tom.
Time I got?
What is that? Is that a van? Viking?
849.
I'm just gonna say the obvious. I mean, this guy should not be around children. I'm sure I can't even say that. I can't even say he's good around, like, he's normal sober, because I don't know. But, like, the way he's acting drunk is just ridiculous. It's making me angry. He's so oblivious.
You don't wear a watch?
I broke it.
Come on over.
His IQ is so low.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, no problem.
Load this up.
I'll do my best.
All right.
He was subsequently transported to conduct standardized field sobriety tests.
We're just gonna follow my.
Oh, yep, I'm excited for this. Let's see how bad he does on these.
All right, Wayne, take your time, all right? No problem. I got you. Remember me? I was over there with you, all right?
Yeah, no problem. What's the deal?
All right, remember what I told you, Wayne? We're gonna do some field sobriety tests to make sure that you're okay to drive, okay? So my
Well, I'm
partner's
not
gonna...
What?
Well, you were. So my partner's gonna...
What?
stand next to
Okay.
you, okay?
To okay to be driving, bro?
All right.
Oh, there you go.
Before we get
Oh.
going here and run through these tests, so the reason we're stopping you, obviously you were going the wrong way on the freeway, okay? You almost came head on with some cars in a collision, okay? Obviously that's very dangerous. We just want to ensure that you're okay to drive tonight, okay?
Yeah.
What?
Do a field sobriety test.
Okay, no, they're wording that wrong. No, they're wording that to make me confused. No, not me in particular, but no, because they're saying make sure you're okay to drive tonight, as if he's still gonna drive after this. Like, no. Or actually, wait. I don't know. Cause what would they do in this situation? No, cause he's already got a can of beer in his, his console or whatever it's called. That was open, so that's automatically means he can't drive for tonight. Yeah, never mind.
No problem. And then if everything checks out, we'll get you on your way. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, Wayne. Before we get started, do you take any medications at all?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay, what do you take?
I'm diabetic.
Okay.
A lot of
Okay.
like 8.
Okay. Do you remember what the names of the medication are?
Yeah.
You want to list them for me just so I can...
Oh my God. Man, they're unbelievable.
They're unbelievable? I got it.
Yeah. It's...
Just can't
I
remember
guarantee he's
them
not
for
gonna
me?
name one.
No, they're pretty heavy.
Okay, all right, I gotcha. What was your last dosage that you can remember that you? How about any major surgeries in your lifetime? Have you had any major surgeries? Or
Yeah, hell yeah.
So for this first test, do you see the blue light here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you keep your eyes and your eyes only on the blue light, okay? So I'm gonna just have you keep your eyes on it. I'm gonna move it side to side.
Yeah.
Wayne, during this exercise here, I want you to keep your head straight. But I want
Okay,
you
he's
to
already
follow
failing.
just
Alright,
your
whatever.
eyes, okay? Remember what I was saying?
Am I doing it right?
Nope. So remember
Oh,
what I was
this
saying?
guy.
Just keep your head straight, okay, and just follow it with just your eyes.
Oh, just my.
Just your eyes, okay?
Okay, this has gotta be a joke.
So I need you to keep following it with your eyes.
Oh
okay?
my
The best-
lord.
the best you can.
Okay, yeah, he's gotta be joking.
You still see the blue light or no?
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, jeez.
Yeah.
Why does he kind of look like Elon Musk grandpa? Or not grandpa, dad. I don't know what his dad looks like, but he kind of looks like Elon Musk here, bro. Not gonna lie. Yeah, that definitely looks like, okay, yeah, the more I look at this, the more it looks like Elon Musk. That's crazy.
So what I'm gonna have you do, okay? I'm gonna have you place your right foot in front of your left foot, touching heel to toe. Okay, on that line that's right in front of you. Okay. Nope. Don't start walking yet. Okay, I just want you to stay in that position. When I say begin, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take 9 heel to toe steps, Wayne. Okay. 9 down, turn around, series of small steps, 9 back. Okay. So it's gonna look like this. So 1, 2, 3. I took 3 for demonstration. You're gonna take 9. Okay. Don't stop.
I guarantee he's gonna take 3.
Okay?
Guarantee it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Never mind. Oh, jeez. What? You didn't even. Okay.
1,
Oh, Lord
2,
have mercy.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. You all done, Wayne?
Yeah.
All right. All right. One more test for you. Okay. This next test is
I
like the
guarantee he
one
thinks he
again, okay?
passed that by
Use your leg, you're just gonna raise
amazingly.
it approximately
Probably thought he got an
50
A+ on that.
About here, okay? Just gonna count out loud. 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on and so forth until I tell you to stop. Okay?
1, 2.
Ooh.
1. Hold on. I'm joking.
That's all right. Let's do this
Joking?
again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, we'll move on, Wayne, to the. We got one more test, okay?
Yeah, bro's
From
cooked.
preliminary prep
I
test,
mean, it's
okay?
already obvious from the
He
beginning.
agreed to the PBT, which resulted
Why?
in 0.252.
Is that bad?
And blow.
Wait, isn't it 0.08 is the... Wait, now I gotta research. What is the legal limit for drunkenness on a breathalyzer? A 0. Okay, I don't know if, by the way, this is for Illinois. So that's the problem. Well, it doesn't really matter. Oops. It doesn't really matter because I'm sure it's similar to that. So 0. Bro, he's well, if we were just applying this to that, that would be like what? Like he's almost 3 times the legal limits. Like goddamn,
Keep long,
this guy's
keep
crazy.
long, keep long.
I did good.
All right, you know what the legal limit to drive in the state of Wisconsin is, Wayne?
No.
Okay, so it's 0.08, okay?
Oh, it's okay.
All right,
What?
So you're at a 0.252, okay? So that's more than 3 times the legal limit. Wayne, you're going to be placed under arrest for OWI tonight, okay?
Oh, he's cooked.
Wayne,
He
have
lost
you
his
ever been
job.
arrested for this before?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
1998.
1998, okay.
Oh my god, I got arrested for this before.
And then we'll see what's going on,
Damn.
okay?
I don't understand how you could go to jail and get a felony, and then after like 20 years almost of being fined, you just decide to get it again in the worst possible way possible. I just don't get the thought process remotely. Well, there's clearly no thought process.
While waiting for the blood draw, Wayne asked for a summary of the events, stating he had no recollection of entering the freeway or nearly colliding with another vehicle. He also claimed he was unaware of Vice President Harris's visit to Milwaukee and had no intention of harming her or anyone.
Okay, I
associated
believe
with
that,
the
by the way.
campaign. It was later revealed that Wayne had a prior OWI conviction from 1999.
Wait, what's an OWI?
In the end, Wayne was only charged with felony second-degree recklessly endangering safety and received over 20.
Wait, is that you said felony?
Was
Oh,
only
it's a
charged
felony.
with felony second-degree recklessly endangering safety
What?
and received over $2,700 in traffic citations, including one for operating while intoxicated. Since his last
Okay, wait, what's an OWI? What is an OWI? OWI. Operating while intoxicated. Wait, I thought DUI. Okay, wait. DWI, whatever. OI is not used in some states. There are different acronyms for driving. For example, DUI or not is distinguished in conviction in other states treated as a DUI conviction. Okay. Okay, so basically DUI and OWI are the same thing. It just depends what state you're in. Okay, I didn't know that. So this guy got but then this confuses me because it's a traffic citation, which means it's not a felony? Wait, is it?
traffic second-degree recklessly endangering
I
safety
just don't get how that okay, I don't know. I don't get it.
and received over $2,700 in traffic citations, including one for operating while intoxicated. Since his last OWI conviction occurred more than 10 years ago, it is being treated as a first offense.
No.
He was ultimately given a cash bond set
I'm
at
sorry, you should
$15,000.
God. Sometimes I just hate the court system because they charge people the wrong way. What I mean by that is this case, he should not have been charged as his first offense because he clearly didn't learn his lesson. And yes, it happened a long time ago, but like if you learned your lesson, you wouldn't do it again. You wouldn't let that happen. I don't care how drunk you get. You wouldn't be like, I'm gonna get in a car. And the fact of the matter is, he literally probably, well, I'm assuming he has a worse scenario because, like, this time was way worse because he literally got Secret Service involved. Like, dude, this guy's, why are they, okay, 15,000, oh, 15,000, I guess that's fair. I don't know. Actually, is it fair? This is the problem, like, bro. Because if you really think about it, do we want this guy to drive on the road again? No. He shouldn't be allowed to drive. I think his driver's license should be removed, personally. And the reason why I say that is that I don't believe that every single drunk driver, you know, gets caught should be driver's license suspended. But I think that if you're driving on the opposite lane in a highway, I feel like that just automatically should get rid of your driver's license or at least make you take a test of like road safety to get your license back because this guy clearly has no clue what's happening. I don't care if you're drunk. That's not an excuse to be on the wrong side of the road.
Want a deeper look into the
Yeah, okay. Okay, I mean... Wait, he said this? What's your height and weight? I'm fat. He said that? I don't even remember him saying that. I don't know. My take on the whole situation basically is I just feel like he should have gotten more charges because he was just being ridiculous. I don't know, when you hear I think, well, the whole thing is, wait! Let me go back to the charges, hold on. Wait a second.
Over 20, only charged with felony second degree.
Wait a second! He didn't even get charged for having an open ban. Okay, I can't even say the word can, bro. He didn't even get charged for having an open can of beer in his center console thing. That's ridiculous. That is outrageous. Because I guarantee if anyone else had that happen to them, they would get charged. I don't know. I really can't tell you why this is all happening. Okay. Oh, look at that. Penguin Zero, by the way, made a video of this. What should I go to next? We'll do, Alright. I don't know if I want to do this video because it's long. It's 41 minutes long. but I have a feeling it's going to be covering some important topics. It feels about brain rot because, bro, I'm sorry, it needs to be talked about. I hate everything about this. I don't know if I want to talk, whatever, it doesn't matter if I want to. I'm going into, why does this guy have the biggest, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Hi. Are you suffering from brain rot? Do you reach for your phone before brushing your teeth in the morning? Do you have a double-digit screen time? Does your anxiety
Well, I can check right now. Do I have a double digit? I spent a lot. Oh my god, my phone's dead? No. Let me check right now what my screen time is. I guarantee it's trash. I guarantee it's like, I'm gonna guess it's like 6 to 8 hours, and that's, oh, if that's true. Oh, I opened the App Store first, by the way. I'm actually stupid. I forgot where oh, screen time. Daily average 4 hours. Oh, what? That's not even that bad for phone? Damn. Down 14% from last week. That's crazy. Because I've actually had more free time than usual this week. So, hey. The sad reality is, I used to think that I personally did not have brain rot. Because I always assumed brain rot was just like a word that described people who used these, like, dumb phrases. I don't even want to say them, but like, oh, Hawk 2, or, you know, like things like that, where it's just like, oh, yeah, it's brain rot. Until I realized, no, it's actually more deeper than that. It's when your brain just, in my opinion, brain rot, from what I understand, is when you lose your attention span because of all these short form content. And I fully agree. It's happening. I'm just gonna say this for the record, that I literally cannot, I'm struggling to play single player games without getting bored. Like, you know, story-driven games like Red Dead Redemption 2, I find myself struggling to play them. Not because I need a phone, but I need to have like other stuff on top of that to entertain me. I need to have a video playing. Like, oh, it's just so horrible. It's like now if I have to play a game without any like videos playing or music, I instantly get like just way more bored. That's brain rot. I'm gonna be honest.
Bike when you don't feel your phone in your pocket. Have you found yourself scrolling for hours upon end while your room's a mess, swearing you're gonna have a productive day?
Yeah, okay, that's also happening.
You didn't do anything.
Oh, that's why I left TikTok, and then the problem is YouTube Shorts is doing the same thing. I was on TikTok for a couple months, like 2 years ago, and I found myself, I remember there was a Saturday where I literally spent like 6 hours straight after waking up of just scrolling, and I realized, bro, I wanted to do things today, not just scroll. At least when I use YouTube Shorts, it's like, it's in bursts. You know, I'll be on there for like 30 minutes, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm off. But, I mean, the problem with TikTok was it was just like, at least for me, it was just like, it was the algorithm was so bad that I actually had to continuously scroll to find good content. It was like the search for like the peak content to send to someone, be like, oh, look, I found this cool video. It was constant.
Again, do you notice yourself grabbing your phone during every slightly dull moment in life?
I do.
To be replaced with an infinite stream of mindless, forgettable content? Have you noticed your brain feeling slower, mushier, like your entire sensory experience is being fed to you through a filter? Almost like you're there, but you're not. Like you're watching yourself from the outside, slowly watching your life.
I don't like that
piece
picture.
by piece. Like a car crash happening in slow motion that you can't stop because you're not even in control anymore.
I don't feel like that.
An observer.
I don't feel that, and also this noise needs to get on my
ears. You may have brain rot, and don't worry, you're not alone. It's a condition that affects almost everyone around you, young and old. It can be caused by several factors, like your sleep, diet, not doing the bare minimum to take care of yourself.
Wait, so brain rot's actually like a medical term? I don't think it is. I don't know. Oh, I also should add, by the way, I think that most people who have a phone nowadays, who are younger, have this problem. I think that's just true. Because it's, I don't even know where it comes from. I think oh my god, I just touched my mic like an idiot. I think it does come from short form content and watching too much of it because, you know, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I'll actually, okay, I'm cutting this out. It's a stupid video when I make this video.
Let's focus on the big one. The thing you're using right now. The internet. Over 5 billion people use the internet daily and spend an average of over
Oh, really?
6.5 hours looking at a screen. Punching that into the calculator.
Wait, did that say US or did that
an
say
average of over 6.5 hours?
in the US? Okay. Well, the US is obviously going to be worse than most countries because there's every problem in the US is amplified by a ton, it seems like, because it just is. But you know, 7 hours and 3 minutes. I'm gonna be honest, I think I'm more than that. And I'm not even talking about my phone. I'm talking computer. I think my computer averages around like 7 to 8 hours a day. Like that's how much I think I'm on my computer every day, at least bare minimum. Which is just a sad life. It really is. And also, it's been unchanged since 2021. And think about it this way. 2021 was when we still had COVID somewhat around, where it's like, there was still like, oh, hybrid jobs and no hybrid school was still somewhat around. So, you know, people back then had a lot more free time. And the fact that it's still the same when everything's back to normal is actually crazy. Also, the global average is 6 hours and 40 minutes. That's horrible. That is bad. Sad reality is I'll say it's bad, but I'm not going to change anything. And I think most people won't either.
Punching that into the calculator means we collectively spend over 4 million years per day looking at screens. If you're 20 years old right now, over your life alone, you'll spend over 16 years combined looking at a screen. Majority of those years adding nothing to your life but rotting your brain. Because, let's be honest, we can use the internet to be productive, to work, be creative, etc. But we all know the vast majority of those 4 million years is spent on, well, bullshit. Now let's define bullshit. Because most people, whenever they're talking about brain rot, they're usually describing stupid memes or things they see on Twitter or X or whatever. And yes, that absolutely is. But I want to take it a step further.
That's the way I thought brain rot was.
And
I don't know.
add in basically any content that adds nothing to your life but mindless temporary stimulation that you forget 5 minutes later. So not only does this include stupid memes, but basically all social media, TV shows, and most movies.
Okay, alright, yeah, you're being ridiculous. Now he has the stupid pause. That's ridiculous, because, like, a good show, you will remember forever. Like, so I just feel like that's ridiculous. And then saying, oh, well, a good show is brain rot, like, bro, what?
Of course, there's nothing wrong with watching a little mindless content every now and then. More on that in a minute. But if you're reaching for your phone before taking care of yourself, you have a problem. And just speaking candidly, the interesting thing about brain rot is that it's a pretty new thing. The internet and social media have been around for well over a decade at this point, but only within the past couple of years do I think people are really starting to notice how bad it's getting. We're starting to notice the effects, not just within ourselves, but in other people around us, especially younger people growing up with this.
You know, I've always said this, but, well, I've always said this. That's not even true. I was going to say I've never really said this story, but I remember one time I went to Raising Cane's for the first time, and the whole place was packed. There's all these people, and every single person I looked at every single table, even families, had all of the people were on their phone or an iPad. And I just sat there and realized, oh my God, we're cooked. Because if you have to go to a restaurant and be on your phone to enjoy it, I can't even lie, I'm the same way. Like when I go down to a sit-down restaurant, I'm going on my... Dude, the amount of times I've played Clash Royale while in a sit-down restaurant, bro, is diabolical. I remember going eating with family at this, I think it was Olive Garden. I just played Clash Royale the whole time, bro. Like, that's a problem, bro. That's a problem. You're supposed to be interacting with these people.
This modern technology. Now it's not uncommon to see grown-ass adults glued to their phones while they're driving down the highway, or young kids staring at their iPads while walking around a grocery store. Even subtle things, like most of the dating market being basically digitalized, and how everybody walks with earbuds to stay constantly stimulated.
Ooh, okay. Yep, that's another problem I have. Oh my God, it's a huge problem I've noticed. For example, school. Every single time I walk out of the car, I'm always instantly put my AirPods in. Always. I'm one of those people where you walk around in school and you'd be like, oh, I've never seen this guy without headphones or AirPods in. Yeah, that's me. I mean, even I'm back in high school, bro. I used to wear AirPods in class. Like, I'm not that severe now, but I mean, and I would always listen to music or something every single time. Like, it would be like 8 hours of just that. Can't imagine. And also, I'm pretty sure I took a hearing test. I remember, like, those, well, online one. So it's probably like some random idiot. But allegedly, my ears are like age of 40, and I'm 18. Yeah, that's a problem. And I think a big factor is I have my AirPods in all the time and headphones. And I wear these headphones at home. I'm on my computer for like 8 hours. Like, that's a problem. And I'm not the only person in the world who has this problem.
And it's sad how most of this is a joke, but it's really not funny if you think about it. The fact that we're all just collectively becoming dumb and numb to the world really isn't something to joke about. Brain rot is a term that's been slowly gaining traction, and it's more of another joke to add to the brain rot. But if you're online 6 hours a day, and you're on pace to spend decades of your existence looking at flashing pixels, wasting your life, why wouldn't you take this more seriously? And when we use the most powerful tool in history to fire our brains all day watching content that we'll forget in seconds, it's going to have side effects. We have this urge to keep scrolling, hoping the next thing can make us feel something.
Yeah.
This is brain rot.
Oh, okay.
But how did we get here? How did this happen? How do we get to the point when almost every single day we'd run to these screens to look at bullshit content, knowing we want to stop, yet feeling like we can't help it? We swear we aren't addicted, yet we continue to scroll subconsciously. We swear we want to make a change in our lives, yet do nothing for ourselves.
Well, the reason why is because what's normal to us, it became normalized, right? In the sense of like that's daily routine, right? To go and watch TikTok or YouTube Shorts or whatever, Reels, Instagram Reels. And so whenever it's normal, it's hard to make change, right? So if you're gonna say I'm gonna go to the gym now, it's like, well, it's harder to do that because it's new. But once you get used to going to the gym, suddenly it's not as hard because now it's part of something you just do. You normally do it, you're used to it. So it's like putting down something that you do every single day is like hard. Like I remember one time, I hate saying this, but when I was younger, I still do this, but I used to watch YouTube for like an hour or two before I went to bed every night. And I remember one time I didn't do that for a night because I had my phone taken away, and I actually almost lost my mind because it was like I was so used to going to sleep. Like I couldn't fall asleep without having to watch YouTube that it actually, like, without having access to it, it actually ruined me. And then I realized, oh my God, what is happening? And the worst part is, I didn't change anything. I still do it. Which is not good. And I imagine a lot of people are in the same boat where they watch TikTok or something before they go to sleep, which is horrible. It's not a great idea. Because it's just, that's the reason why a lot of people are tired.
Somehow make time for our daily scrolling sessions. We want to stop, yet we continue scrolling. Why? How did we get here? Let's go over a very quick history of the internet and the evolution of brain rot. I promise it'll be quick. Here's some Subway Surfers gameplay to keep your monkey brain engaged. It's kind of interesting how this is a joke, but unironically, it will help to watch some of this video because they actually are people who can't stay focused that long.
Well, let's be honest, the people who are watching this video are not actually that brain, like, they're not destroying the brain. To be honest, by the way, I'm gonna be honest, I hate saying this. These types of videos, I love, like, listening to them, right? I love people who talk about these type of topics, but I can't watch them. That's the worst part. The only reason why I'm able to watch this is because I'm streaming it. But if I was, like, if I watch this video outside of streaming, right? I would just listen to it while playing a video game. Right? And that's the only time I'd consume these types of videos, because I could not sit here and actually stare at the screen and watch this. It'd be so boring. And that's sad. And it's true for like half the videos I watch, I just listen to them like they're podcasts, when that's not how they're supposed to be meant to be used. Or whatever, it doesn't matter.
Interesting. Anyways, I want to start from the very beginning, because it's important to show how we work and how we got here, to show just how new all of this really is. So first, there was nothing. Then suddenly, there was something. Then 13 billion years later, monkeys popped up. Then the first humans. And there's a little bit of an argument, but the first humans roughly evolved around 300,000 years ago. This is the beginning of us, the Homo sapiens. But the vast majority of those 300,000 years was spent hunting and gathering, like basically every other animal on Earth. Only around 12,000 years ago, did we start planting our own food. And while this might sound super simple, it changed the course of history, because this was the start of food storage, which made it much easier for us to survive and allowed us to grow exponentially. And over time, as it became easier, more streamlined, the game of survival became easier and easier. So easy to the point that majority of the human population could spend their time doing other things instead of hunting for food. And with all this extra free time, we're able to focus on other things and created different things like science, technology, and society, mainly making our lives more and more comfortable to the point we are now. And this happened fast.
Yeah, no, it's crazy to think about the. Oh, I'm wrong, bad part. Pause. Come on.
Really fast.
Okay, that was weird too. No, it's crazy to think about how the fact that we were not meant for this life. We were meant to be moving constantly. But the problem is like how did we live? Like I'm still confused how like back like even just like 200 years ago people were living in these Arctic conditions. I don't even live that far up north, right? In the United States, and I'm complaining about how cold it is, and I have a nice coat, I have access to a nice pair of pants, I can get into a heated car if I'm going somewhere. The fact that I can get in a car, right? It's things like that where it's just like, how did people live? If they wanted to travel, they'd have to do it by horse, and in the cold winter, which was colder by the way because of global warming. It's like, how are these like, and they didn't really have access to like luxury heating. I mean, they had like fireplaces, so they had to go get their own wood. Like, that's just ridiculous. How did like, I think we just take for granted, but we're able to, well, not everyone, but even most people in the world who have some sort of money and income, you know, they have the ability to survive with ease. I mean, obviously they still have to make money, which is not easy for most people. Well, not most people, but for everyone, but still. You don't have to hunt.
Fast. Like, okay, so Homo sapiens have been around for the past 300,000 years. Let's bring this time down into 1 year, and we're at the very end of this year. We didn't learn how to plant seeds until the last 2 weeks of the year.
Ooh.
Rome wasn't built until 3 days ago. The first electrical computer came out an hour and 45 minutes ago, and TikTok came out 10 minutes ago. And Apple Vision Pro, as of the time of this video, came out 30 seconds ago. And I'm saying all this to really show that all of this is very new to our brains. But the hardware we run off of is very old. If you know anything about evolution and how slow it is, you know this isn't good. Now, we have obviously made a lot of progress as a species, from medical, technological, societal, astronomical, everything. But I really want to focus on the one that usually goes overlooked and is really becoming a problem, which is entertainment and stimulation. And I'm going to use these two words interchangeably, but they're basically going to mean the same thing. Like, they're not the same thing, but I'm going to be, you know what I mean. If there's one thing we know, it's that humans love stimulation. We need and thrive on stimulation.
Yeah.
It's in our nature, baked into our DNA. Without some form of stimulation, you will literally go insane. Even once you get the stimulation you wanted, you'll soon want more. It's an insatiable thirst. In the past, other humans craved stimulation too, but they were able to focus on things that were actually helpful and useful to their lives, like hunting, being social, building, like improving their lives in some way. Just a few hundred years ago, if people in the past wanted to have some form of mindless stimulation or entertainment, it had to be earned. They actually had to get up, move, buy, earn it, etc., just to do something entertaining. And the things they had for stimulation back then are nothing compared to the things we have now. You can maybe skip some rocks across water, go watch a theater play or something, or learn how to play an instrument. Simple things that would be considered very boring to the things we have today. But now, because of advancements in technology,
that's a really nice drone shot
and too comfortable. If you're watching or listening to this video right now, life for you is objectively a cakewalk compared to your ancestors. You don't have to worry about finding clean food or water. And if you do, it is much easier to find than before. Also, if you do, I don't know why you'd be watching this video.
Yeah, I mean,
all around this video player, you have other videos ready to keep you stimulated at any moment. And I highly doubt this is the first video you've watched today, especially not ever. You will most likely watch thousands of other videos after this one. If you get bored of YouTube, you can go to Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, anything really. And when you're done watching and scrolling, you're probably going to get hungry. So you're probably going to go out, go eat some fake delicious food shipped to your door. As you're probably
by the way, I don't know why people do this. I don't, oh my God. Why is he hating Subway surfers? Whatever. I don't know why people do this whole DoorDash thing. I will never do it. It sounds convenient, but like, bro, like first off, you're paying way too much money. It's a scam. How much money you pay? You literally could pay less in gas money just to drive there yourself and get your food. Plus, like, I mean, I think the big factor really is just promotes laziness. Like, you're not even gonna go outside anymore. You know how easy it is now to just stay in your house the rest of your life? You know how easy it is? It's too easy because like all you have to do is just order everything you want online, do all online shopping, deliver it to your house, use Amazon, right? You got your DoorDashes, right? All those stupid places that deliver to you as well. I mean, I can't really think of a reason to really go outside if you really didn't want to. Like, there's no need for it, and that's sad. Because that means then you eventually what's going to happen is there's going to be people who live their whole life without even like doing anything besides just being in their house. And the reality is you can also even make money from the comfort of your house. So it's not like that's impossible to actually just live in your house for like the rest of your life. Not do anything. I just, that's weird. It's a weird concept.
Pay for with digital money that you'll never touch. You might be listening to this video on $200 earbuds that can mimic any sound and block out the world around you. You're looking at a screen made with millions of pixels that can basically show you anything. Even if you put down your phone screen, you might have a giant TV screen right in front of you playing one of the million TV shows you have available to you. Ads everywhere. Ads on this video, the next video, ads between content.
Oh,
you
ads
can
are
buy
horrible.
this thing and that thing. You can't even fill up your gas tank without getting hit with ads. And then you turn around and there's new food, new social media apps.
By the way, I've never understood. I just never understood why ads are so heavily contested. It seems like every company is contesting to just put ads in everywhere, right? There's always competition. There's bidding wars over where can I put my ad. And my question is, do they work? I highly doubt it. Now, this is from my experience and people I know, but from what I understand, most people don't buy stuff from ads. They might see and be like, oh, okay. But they're not going to be like, oh, I'm buying this. Like, another example is the sponsorships from YouTubers. I've never been like, oh my God, this guy just sold me. If anything, I skip it. So then why are they paying money for this stuff if like I mean, how can you also, here's the other thing, how can you correlate, you know, that people are actually buying stuff based off your ad? There's really no way of knowing. Besides if you track their search history, which I don't know if they do that or not, but if they do, that's bad. Like, oh, he got this ad right here, and then immediately after he searched up, I want where to buy a Pepsi, right? Here's an example, right? If they do that, that's ridiculous. But there's really no easy way to like be like, oh, I know the reason why he bought this. It's because he saw an ad. Well, how do you know that? Like seriously, how many people are actually seeing a Pepsi ad and going, man, I'm done drinking Coke. I'm gonna drink Pepsi. I guarantee it's such a low amount of people that it's like it's not even worth paying for it. Because most people already made up their mind. And then the thing is then you have, oh, well, what if then the whole Coke Pepsi thing, I don't get it, and that's just one example of like these companies are already established. They don't need to spend money on ads, and yet they do. Like, I don't get it. I just feel like it's like the world is so focused on ads, get ads everywhere, right? Does it do anything? No. Just takes up space, at least for most people, I'd imagine. I'm speaking on behalf of basically me. In a sense, because I don't know what everyone else thinks, but I feel like most people wouldn't buy things because they see an ad.
This, new that, new trends, new news, this political event, new video games. This person said this thing and someone did that thing. Unlimited memes, unlimited websites, unlimited this, unlimited that, everything all the time. Basically, stimulation is everywhere. We're at the point now when even if you're slightly uncomfortable, you can numb it with some form of stimulation. So much comfort surrounds us to
What
the point
is this
that
video,
now
bro?
discomfort is voluntary.
Why did someone play a video of what is this? What were they thinking? Like, oh, I'm gonna play a video of a beetle walking around on a screen or a cat.
This might not sound like a
bro,
problem
what?
because what's the problem with being comfortable? Here's the problem. Remember how we said all of this is new?
Well, the problem with being comfortable is that you're not going to make change. And the thing about it is, if you want to grow as a person, you have to make change. So you just end up living a life that's mediocre. Because the way to have a better life is to constantly make change. To do something new, try something out. Right? I mean, that's how I see it.
15 minutes new? Well, yeah, you're still running off the same hardware as your ancestors because evolution is very slow. And while your monkey brain is very smart and built the world you see around you today, it sees all the stimulation the same and is always reaching for it. It doesn't care how it gets stimulation or how it affects it long term. It just wants it now. It loves to be stimulated because it thinks it's being productive. In the past, this was true. Usually, the more stimulating something was, the more it aided with our survival, like hunting, building, reproducing, building.
There is no way he pulled out Clash of Clans for building, bro. There's no way.
More it aided with our survival, like hunting, building, reproducing, building a family, whatever. But today, that's not the case. Most of our stimulation today comes with almost zero effort. And this might sound good until your brain starts rotting. Alright, so we were designed to chase stimulation, but over time, because of technology, we're no longer stimulated by survival, but just being entertained and comfortable. Cool, but why is this becoming such a problem as of recently? We've had forms of entertainment for generations.
Well, the reason why it's a problem is because companies found a way to abuse it. To basically get you hooked onto their stuff. Well, that's the reality, is that basically now every single entertainment app in the world, basically, well, not in the world, but a lot of the entertainment apps, or just even social media apps, are designed to abuse your brain to keep you hooked. And the problem with abusing the brain is the brain is not going to just be like, oh, I'm being abused, I'm gonna fix myself. No. It's not how that works.
Not as stimulating as the things we have today, but people have been having fun forever. Why is it only now becoming such a huge problem? Why is it all of a sudden becoming dangerous and worrying? If you really want to know what happened, well, TikTok. TikTok happened. TikTok is amazing, but holy shit.
I don't think it's all TikTok.
I was born in the early 2000s, and I've had technology in my life basically since the beginning. I didn't grow up with really old things like Pac-Man, but I do remember having things like a PlayStation 2 and a Wii. I remember when the screen was brown, and whenever the iPhone 4S came out, and how special it felt because it had Siri or whatever. When YouTube was its own brown app, and I used to watch Minecraft Let's Plays. And anyways,
yep, that's exactly
I remember
what I was
being
doing.
fun because it was different. It was funny. It was interesting. It was informative. In my hands, I could get access to so many different things. Things I could literally see nowhere else otherwise. People making videos on different things I'm interested in. Memes that were actually relatable to my daily life. Video games I would play with my friends that were actually fun and engaging that I would lose track of time with. Events and trends I could actually see people interacting with in real life. Like the Harlem Shake, the Cinnamon Challenge, Pokemon Go. It just felt different. And back then my parents had access to how often
I don't like where this is going. It's basically saying, well, you know, back in my day it was better. Like, what? Because, I mean, you could argue all this is still relevant. Like, what?
These things. Nothing super strict or anything. Maybe like 1 or 2 hours a day. And it felt important because it was actually limited and I never knew what I would be able to find. And once I got my own phone, I was able to spend more and more time in this web. And things slowly changed. At first, it was really, really fun. But slowly, I didn't want to do anything else in the real world. But I'd rather stay stuck in this world. I would find myself on my phone when I'm supposed to be in bed. Or running to go find my phone when I found myself without it on the toilet.
Oh my god, that's so relatable. Yeah, I mean, I find it alarming, by the way, how often I use my phone. And this is a wake-up call, I'll be honest. Even my computer, right? It's like all I do... I realized this a couple days ago, just thinking. It's like the only thing I do is I obviously go to school and work. When I come home, I don't do anything else. I just go to my phone or my computer. And it made me realize, like, how much time I'm just using on stuff that doesn't really matter in the end of the world. Like, yeah, a lot of times it's playing video games or editing. But, like, a lot of it's just, even then, it's like video games, you know, they're not really incredibly useful to play. They're just, like, I play them every single day, and it just made me realize, like, damn, I need to do something else. But the sad reality is if you want to do anything, it's just, I don't know. The problem is if you want to do anything in like outside, right, with actual people, you need to have a lot of money. You need to spend a lot of money. You know, because if you're hanging out with people, oh, well, I need to get food. Then you need to pay for whatever activity you're doing. It's not a matter of just like, oh, I'm going out and like, I mean, I don't know. That's just from my experience. It's like every time it's like you gotta pay for something. And that's inconvenient. It's very inconvenient. Because I'm a man who doesn't like to waste money on things that deeply. Like, I like to spend money on things that I think will, you know, make a huge impact. Like, you know, a new setup for my computer, which sounds stupid, but, you know, I use it all the time. So that's a worthy investment. I'm getting off track. Whatever. Point is, basically, I realized my life is basically always just constant technology. That's basically my life. Technology. Sums up my life. And the sad reality is, I'm not the only one. And there's people who are way worse than me. If I think I'm bad, I know there's people who are way worse who spend 18 hours a day, every day, just playing games. And the sad reality is you're not making money from it. At least for me, it's like, oh, occasionally, every day, I'll dedicate some time to either editing or streaming or making a video, right? You know, so at least I'm doing something somewhat productive because hopefully this will make money. But like for most people, they're not doing that. They're just playing games. They're not even being productive about it. Like, the thing about it is you can make these time you spend productive. For example, you could actually spend that time on the toilet scrolling TikTok into watching TikToks and figure out what you should do. Oh, this is the new trend. I'm gonna copy it. Or, oh, this is you know, this is the strategy that people are using to, like, they're using this music I've noticed in every TikTok, right? Oh, then I'll add it to mine. Things like that, but instead you just waste it.
Signs of an addiction forming. And at first, this addiction was so when I found myself without it on the toilet. Signs of an
Imagine if you replaced the phone with a drug where you call all crazy and you say you need help because it's your phone, you get a pass when it's literally the same thing. Yeah, I agree.
An addiction forming. And at first, this addiction was subtle enough to be brushed off as whatever. It wasn't just me, but everyone else was doing this. It was normal. But over time, it was getting worse. And I noticed it as a problem, but I still continued. At first, I thought this was bad, but I have never seen anything as close to crack as TikTok. Like an app in your hand that can show you anything you like, learn from what you like, give you more of what you like, an infinite amount of times that can be accessed anytime, anywhere for free. Just think about that. That's so cool. Just for a second, just let's appreciate that. TikTok on its own is one of the most interesting things the internet has ever produced.
I don't know. TikTok for me was just depressing because it's just like every time I used it, it was always like seeing stuff that just felt like, why? It just made me realize like, why is this? I don't know. I don't know if I was seeing things differently. My point is basically, it's like it made me realize like, bro, if this is what people like, we're actually cooked because some of the content, quote unquote, that was on there was actually depressing or just downright trash. And yet you'd see like, oh, 15K likes. I've even seen on YouTube Shorts where it's someone begging like, oh, please give me subscribers, gets like 15,000 likes. Or it's like, you know, someone will be like just recording them, you know, walking around and it says something generic like, oh, all these other people in the world have to go to high school at the same time as me when I wake up. It's like, and then that's it. It's like 3 seconds. Just that text. It's like, and then they get a bunch of likes. Like, what? Well, the worst one is, for me, was when I see this idiot who plays the Xbox 360 and just posts every single day of him playing the Xbox 360 with very, like, obvious, like, boring text where it's like trying to bait people to get mad at him, where it's like, oh, unemployed gamer who does nothing but eat donuts. The point is like there's just so much trash, and that's why I think it's yeah, no, it makes sense now because it's like there's just so much trash that does nothing. It just adds nothing to your life, and the thing about it is the good stuff, you remember it, like the fun facts I remembered. Crazy.
The antidote to boredom, which is TikTok. Objectively, that is a big milestone in human history. TikTok is basically the single reason brain rot exists, or at least it was the start of it. Before TikTok, there were other apps like Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, you know them. But when TikTok came, it changed them all. And I remember it being a pretty cool
yeah,
app.
it did.
I think it was called like Musically or something like that.
Yep, I remember that.
It just felt like an app for weird people because it was just cringy dances and just really weird stuff. But then, I don't know how, slowly everybody tried it out. And before long, every single person had TikTok downloaded on their phones. And now you see posts getting 1, 10, 20, 50 million likes. You see basically every one of your contacts has an account and tried to post at least something. And for better or worse, it has changed social media. Why exactly is TikTok so good though? There's been so many other apps, successful apps, but what makes this app any different? Well,
I don't honestly
it's this
know.
genius thing they invented called the FYP, For You page. So what exactly is this beautiful abomination? Well, when you first get on the app, it's pretty weird because it shows you the most basic mainstream things.
Oh, I've said this before, but bro, when I first went there and I selected male, bro, they started sending me all these softcore porn videos, bro. It was actually horrible. I almost fell for the trap too. Because the system basically promotes it. The idea is like, I mean, in this, by the way, I should mention, by the way, what I'm saying has happened to other people I know. Basically, it's like, it will show people, showing off their body, right? That's the whole point. And then, the idea is you like one of these videos or save them, and then suddenly they just keep recommending them, and now you're in a trap. And the thing about it is when you are, what's the word? Lustful, I guess? Or just being like, I don't know. I don't know the word to describe the situation, but basically people who are, I guess, I'll just say lustful for now, basically will be more likely to use the app because they're addicted to that. Not the app, well, yeah, that's the best way to describe it. It's an easy way to get a bunch of people. That's what I'm trying to say. Because a lot of people in the world are creeps or weirdos.
Maybe some cat videos, dances, weird stuff, whatever. But if you give the app just like 10, 15 minutes, it starts to handpick certain things and test your engagement with it to see if it's good. Then if you like it, it remembers it and it shows you more of it, and it can get extremely specific too. It's so smart because it's finely tuned to you. It's literally made for you. No two people's For You pages are exactly the same. On your page, you always find something catered perfectly just to you, which is really cool. But
from my experience with TikTok, not really. That was the problem. Is that well, the problem was when I first opened it, I obviously fell for the trap, basically. But I got out of it, and then when I got out of it, it went down a whole rabbit hole of depressing videos, which I didn't like. So I got very upset, and then it went down a rabbit hole of showing me like clips from movies, which I liked for a bit, and then I hated that, and it was just kind of like, I was just sick of it. It's just like, oh, it's just showing me stuff I don't really want, but it thinks I want. And I was just getting really annoyed.
It means you're getting the perfect formula of feel-good chemicals to your brain without having to do any real work at all. You can make it about cars, dogs, politics, cooking, memes, makeup, gyms, photography, basically anything you want. And it's smart too because it knows what you like, but will only show you what you like spaced out to keep you on the app longer.
Yeah, see, that's what happened to me.
Dogs, for example. It won't show you 20 dog videos in a row, but it might show you one every 3 to 5 minutes because it knows you'll stay on the app longer to wait for the next dog video. They basically figured out the perfect formula to keep you hooked on their app, and nobody has yet to make a better algorithm than TikTok. But the problem is that now it's fucking everywhere. After seeing TikTok's success, basically every single app has this now. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, fucking Amazon now.
And
somehow,
Snapchat
on almost every single app, you can just tap on something and just start scrolling. And it never ends. Never ends. If you go on TikTok or any app now and just start scrolling and don't stop, you just keep going and going.
I mean, yeah, the amount of videos they keep getting posted will never.
This shit literally never ends, and you will never reach the bottom of your For You page. And 2, you're really just sitting there consuming all of that day and night, over and over and over again. Hundreds, thousands of posts downloaded into your mind that you can't even remember anymore.
Yeah.
Before the videos were interesting, they got your attention, made you laugh, think, cry, whatever, but over time your brain gets desensitized to the same content and it needs more stimulating content to pay attention. So the For You page gets more stimulating and then your brain gets desensitized to that and it needs more and more. A constant loop. That's how before monkeys were stimulated by throwing a rock into a pond, but now we need 3 monitor setups. And because TikTok made this instant, unlimited, short-form content machine, it made the feedback loop faster than ever, which is why before we could watch 30-minute YouTube videos and then 1-minute videos, and why now we need Subway Surfers gameplay with bouncing, flashing subtitles.
I mean, like I said before, now it's like if I want to watch a big video, I have to basically play it while playing a game. Like, that's just how it goes. I mean, well, it depends on what it is. Like, if it's like a video game, like someone playing a video game, that's different. Because I can still watch those. I do notice, though, I do struggle now to watch videos that 3 or 4 years ago I would watch easily. For example, those like, you know, those like 1 hour videos where it's like, oh, I completed a game 100% or something like that. Which are usually well edited, so like they're not really boring. They're always like doing something new constantly, right? Or covering something, right? It's always, for some reason now, I can't even watch those anymore. Like, it's just so hard. And the sad reality is the amount of times I've watched videos, like video games, someone playing a video game, I click off and just instinctively go to shorts on YouTube because I'm a YouTube shorts enjoyer, is actually alarming. I've noticed myself just yesterday, right? I was watching a video and I was like, oh, I'm entertaining, I'm gonna finish this. And I was like, I'm gonna feel good when I finish this because I actually watched a YouTube video. And then, not even 5 minutes in, I was enjoying the video, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch YouTube Shorts. And guess what? It was a waste of time. Because the YouTube Shorts I watched, most of them were just feces. They weren't even good. So then I was like, why did I do this? Why did I... It's just confusing because, like, why did I go off something that I was enjoying, that I felt like was going to be nice to watch, to do something that I, in the end of the day, did not enjoy as much? That's a problem. It's a problematic issue.
To keep someone focused on something for literally half a second. It's why memes now don't make any sense, but they still make you laugh simply because they are fast-paced and objectively just stupid. We've been training our brain for years to focus on things less and less. We're at the point now when we can't even remember what we just watched 5 swipes ago. Hours can pass and it's all just lost. The spiral has always been here, but TikTok has just cranked it up to 11. And because of that damn algorithm, everything has just become a competition of stimulation and how long you can hold someone's attention just to hold it. Now everything needs a cut, an edit, a bang, or some
Why would he
sound
get
effect.
Star Wars playing, bro?
It's almost painful to focus on something uncut, something that has been
Confused.
edited to
Is there
death.
Star Wars playing? I don't
With
know.
a
Never
million
mind.
features.
Doesn't matter.
It's why Mr. Beast videos do so good and how the dumbest shit gets the most attention. We will continue to scroll, swipe, watch, tweet, and consume until we look up and ask, why? For what?
Well, the problem is it doesn't matter if you answer that question. Like for me, I'm asking that question, right? Oh, why? And I know for a fact I'm still gonna go on YouTube Shorts tonight. I'm gonna scroll, right? It's just how it goes. Just how it goes.
The reason why we like these apps is because in the past, or every now and then, we found something extremely funny, engaging, or entertaining, something more stimulating than almost anything in the real world, and we're able to find this body stimulation through something that required almost zero effort on our part. Your brain notices this, and it goes crazy, because it knows if it can just sit there long enough, again, without any effort, it will be rewarded again. And this is true for a while, but the internet and all these things just don't hit the same anymore. Like, you know, like whenever you were young and pizza was the most amazing thing ever, because you might get like a little thin sliver once every season at a pizza party at school or something. But when you grow up and start making money, you realize that you can get it anytime, any day, every.
I'm grown up and making a little bit of money, not too much, but enough to definitely afford pizza somewhat consistently. And I can tell you that no, I'm not. I don't know. I feel like I'm an outlier, but I feel like I just you know, it's like I've grown up and the idea of going to fast food is like it's still like something that I can't do normally. I don't understand how people fall in this trap of like, oh, I gotta get my daily coffee every day. Like to me it's like I only take it when I actually think I deserve it or like when I'm doing something special or I'm eating out with someone. Like I'm not I feel like I'm an outlier, but I don't know. So for me, pizza is still special because I don't have it often. I don't know. It's just me.
every day for cheap, and it loses its appeal very fast. But it's hard for you to stop eating it because it's actually really good and really cheap, and it's instant and it feels good. And you really only feel bad the day after you did it, but you end up doing it again to remove the feeling of feeling bad. And then you find yourself eating it almost every day for a while, looking for the same feeling you had the
What
first time
is
you
this?
ever had.
Okay, I'm sorry. What is this footage? Like who recorded themselves
Find
eating
yourself eating
pizza
it almost
while
every day
gaming?
for a while, looking for the same feeling
Why?
you had the first time you ever had pizza. That's basically TikTok in
That
the
guy
internet,
is
but
enjoying that pizza a little
worse.
too much.
Look at all the things we consume now and how stimulating and interesting they are, just objectively. And then look at our faces and our reactions to them. If this was our first time on the internet, these things would have us on the floor holding our stomachs and entranced. You give TikTok to someone in the dark ages, and they might dead ass have a heart attack. But now we barely get a hard XL. We are that desperate for a little emotion that we will spend hours for the rest of our life looking for it.
Yep, that was my sums up my experience on TikTok. How is this still have 20 minutes left? Damn.
What the fuck are we doing? It's not even fun anymore. We're just looking through shit, trying to find a golden nugget, a little hit of dopamine just to continue the search, trying to stay up to date on things that don't matter in our lives at all. For what? We're not gaining anything from it. We're just there. It's not like when we find something we're looking for, it's gonna change anything about our lives. We're gonna look at it, feel good, then forget it. It's just empty. An infinite empty cycle of scrolling. But the one excuse we always tell ourselves before going back in is, what's wrong with a little fun?
That's not what I say.
A
I
little
just do
longer
it.
won't hurt. If you made it this far into this video, I'm going to hope your brain isn't completely fried and I can start speaking like an actual person. Brain rot is so fucking terrifying because it's literally an addiction that's so subtle, we don't even notice it as an addiction. Or worse, we are aware of it and we know it's an addiction, yet we still make excuses for the addiction. We willingly
Well, I've always said this, but I think the problem is that there's no such thing as not having an addiction. The perfect life would ideally be where you're not addicted to anything, but the problem is you're addicted to something. No matter what stage of life you're at, you're always addicted to something, in my opinion. I guarantee almost, at least I'd say 99.9% of the population, I would say, probably is addicted to some one thing. And I'm not even talking just TikTok alone, because that's a huge popular part of the population. But even just other things, like whether it's just making money or working hard. I'm addicted to working hard, right? Sounds just silly, but there's someone out there probably is. Like, they can't rest without working. They can't go to sleep without knowing they spent 10 hours working on something. Right? It's things like that, right? Everyone's addicted to some gym, blah, blah, blah. It's just a matter of, did you find one that's positive?
Ourselves over again and again for some mindless stimulation to distract ourselves from the things we know we should be doing. And some of you can probably hear my voice and be like, it's not that deep. Why is he getting so serious about this? And I'm getting serious about this because it affects our literal existence. If these things we're looking at all day are actually helpful to us, then sure, fine. But we all know it's not. We're making excuses. It's something that affects almost every one of us in some way, shape, or form. Or we all know of this addiction. We all know we gain nothing from it. Yet we continue. Whenever we were young and we see someone smoking or drinking or addicted to something, we swore that would never be us until we look down and we have the exact same addiction, just as something different. And I think it's because the effects of this aren't super apparent immediately. And since so many other people do it, most of us just brush it off as whatever.
That's the problem. It's like, if you go on TikTok and you have your friends added, you'll notice that your friends constantly send you TikToks every day. When I was on TikTok, every single day I'd get like 3 or 4 videos from multiple people. And that's alarming. And it's just like, oh, well, I guess this is normal. And the fact is that 99% of people I run into in school settings, at least, probably have used or used or I've seen used or probably have used TikTok in school in that setting. So it's just like it becomes normalized, and the thing about it is once something's normalized, it's just like, oh, it must be fine. Because why would else would people do it if it's not fine, right?
When it's actually a very serious thing. We are alive, and if you are alive, I assume you want to get the most out of this life as you can. You have things you want to do, accomplish, become, etc. Cool, but if you do want to get more out of your life, you need to focus on something for a long period of time. But before that, you need to actually sit down and figure out what you want to do with your life. And all of this takes focus and energy.
All right. By the way, I don't agree with the whole sitting down to figure out what you want to do with your life. At least for me, it's just kind of like you just kind of think about it and just randomly, right? Like whether that's in the shower. But I know what he's going to say, basically, and I agree with this, by the way. I think it's harder for us to focus on things that we want to pursue because there's things distracting us, such as, like, for me, it's video games and, YouTube that distract me are huge distractors. And YouTube Shorts is a huge distractor, right? Because it's like when you engage with something for an hour, right? That's like, even editing, right? I edit for an hour, I'm instantly like, okay, I'm done, even though I've only done it for 1 hour. That's not even that long. Right? And it's like, oh, well, now I want to go on YouTube Shorts for 30 minutes, and that turns into an hour. And then it's like, oh, wow, I just wasted an hour. When I could have just used that hour to continue going. But I can't, because my brain tells me I need to stop. That's a problem. And, like, if you want to pursue something, right, and you have to learn something, right, a new skill for your new, like, the career path, right, it's going to be a lot harder when you are constantly thinking about, like, oh, I really want to go on TikTok or whatever, right? It's just way harder.
From places, thinking about 100 different things, and somehow expect to do anything cool with your life. Anyone that we look up to, either now or in the past, are only up there because they were immensely focused on something. They made a plan and did something different, something over a long period of time without frying their brain. And of course, you can always say, what's the problem with a little stimulation? And I agree. I'm not saying life needs to be super serious to the point when 24/7.
Yeah, by the way, I hate these people who say, you like, for example, these, especially like those like alpha males, whatever they call themselves, right? They'll be like, you can't do it, you can't go and play video games. You have to be productive constantly. It's like, no. But at the same time, the problem is that when you're doing stuff that's productive and hard to do, that you might not enjoy, it's just that when you start introducing simulation and like things that are fun, you're more likely to do those because, well, they're fun. And that's the problem. It's like it's a matter of time, in my opinion, for most people before those like fun activities that you do for like 30 minutes a day turn into 1 hour or 2 hours. That's just how it works. I think most people are too weak-minded to handle it.
It's just a non-stop grind. But the problem is that a little stimulation is not a little fucking stimulation. It's something we are glued to for hours. Hours every day. Those hours turn into days. Those days into weeks.
Jeez, this is just
and
making me sad.
Years of stimulation, which 99.99% of it won't be remembered or useful in any way. We swear we're learning something. We might find some educational post, maybe like once a week or something, but we all know that vast majority of the content we consume on a daily basis is empty, useless, vapid bullshit that does nothing but mess up your head. I know brainwash is usually a thing talked about for Gen Alpha or younger kids with iPads or whatever, but it affects all ages, let's be real. We've probably all seen grown-ass adults scrolling on these apps as well. Just instead of it being TikTok, it's Facebook or something, since everything is basically TikTok now. We all know that these really young kids with iPads are screwed. But what about us? What are we doing? Are we doing any better?
I'm sorry,
if you've
why
already
is...
achieved everything you've wanted in your life, or you're genuinely working hard towards it, fine. But if we're not, we're the same as the iPad kids, just a little older with more responsibilities. Arguably worse, because we know it's bad yet continue. Because some people swear that they're only online for 15, 30 minutes a day. If you're only spending 30 minutes,
Yeah, I
even
highly
an
doubt it.
hour a day, mindlessly distracted, then cool. But that's simply not the case. Because if you count the amount of time you spend scrolling, watching, gaming, texting, reading, listening, etc., that doesn't contribute anything to what you actually want to do with your life. It can easily add up to several hours.
Oh, okay. I don't like how you put like texting in there because I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say that texting doesn't mean to contribute to like important to my life because that's how you like talk to friends, right? You can't just say, "Oh, well, texting is bad." Like, no.
Wasted.
I say this though, texting for 2 hours, for no reason, it's straight like 2 hours straight. That's bad. But like for like a couple minutes here and there, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, it's normal. Like you gotta communicate with people.
So no, it's not just a little stimulation, but more stimulation than any human in history. And like you can't just put your phone down and turn it off either. You start thinking about this stuff outside of social media. Like, I remember when I used to play Call of Duty and fighting games, I would be thinking about different combos and achievements outside of the game.
Oh yeah, I would
remember
too.
this
I
one
do that all
game,
the time.
I think it was called like the Crew 2 or something.
Okay, I'm gonna give a story. Multiple occasions, Minecraft usually, but I remember when I was 6, I looked out the window of a car and I saw a creeper in real life, and it was actually not a creeper. That was a sign. I also remember one time I was playing Hypixel Skyblock, which Hypixel is a server on Java version of Minecraft, and it's got a game mode called Skyblock. And basically, I was grinding the game like at 12 hours a day. Basically, it's like a full-time job, basically, and overtime. That's all I would do when I got out of school. This was like 3 years ago. Or no, actually 4 years ago, yeah. And basically I was making videos with it, so I was being productive somewhat in the sense that like all the grinding I was putting in the game was gonna be put towards like something cool for a video. Like, oh, I'm gonna grind all these hours to get a cool item to make a video, right? That was the whole purpose. But I remember I took on this challenge of getting one of the most like expensive things in the game, which meant that I had to grind for about a month or two straight, killing the same enemy every single like it would just be like 3 enemies would spawn, kill them, and wait 15 seconds to do it again. And I did that all the time. And basically these enemies, I'd grind them because they dropped a special item occasionally that would make money, right? So the idea is I would just do this every single day for hours and hours and hours. I would literally, people would call me on Discord and be like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" No, I'd reject them all. I was so focused, right? And it got to the point where I went to sleep and I started dreaming about that creature I was killing. I started dreaming, like, not even dreaming. I saw visions of me killing that creature. I remember I laid on the ground. I saw visions. It's just stupid. It was like, that's when you know it's bad. When you close your eyes for a brief second. It happened to me with chess. I remember like 2 years ago. I was getting really like high into chess. Like, oh man, I wanted to learn as much as possible. I was staying up late every day at night for school, way too late, studying chess moves, all that stuff, because I wanted to be so good. And I remember I was in a class, and I just started thinking about like, oh, this is how the knight would move. Like, oh, the knight will move here, 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 here. And I realized, what am I doing? Like, things like that, it just like makes you realize, wow, you cooked. Now, chess is not as bad, but the whole Minecraft thing, oh, it was horrible. It's happened multiple times in Minecraft. I've had dreams about Clash of Clans. I've had dreams about Minecraft. I've had dreams about video games. I had a dream about Fortnite the other day. Like, that's sad. The reality is, it's because it's a huge part of my life. Like, these games, I play all the time.
To unlock this car, you have to be rank 1000 or something. And I spent hours daily into the night trying to get this car. I was looking up YouTube tutorials on how to level up faster, the best way to get coins or credits or whatever currency they had in the game. And I was thinking up to like 1, 2, 3 a.m. working for this fake car.
Oh my God, that's relatable.
And anyways, I got it, and it felt good for a second. And then I looked around, and I realized I didn't achieve anything at all in my real life. And
well, the thing about it is you can't. That's the thing. I actually think I should start doing this, where when you do something huge like that, you gotta make a video about it or do something. It might sound stupid, because who's gonna watch a man talk about how he got this cool thing? Well, then record yourself getting to that process. You know, maybe write a script, like documenting what your thought processes were, how you were slowly getting insane, right? Make it like like a story. Boom. It's not gonna be the most entertaining thing ever, but you know how many people do that type of stuff? There's literally hundreds of channels that just talk about how they're 100% in games and got a platinum trophy. And if you just did that by yourself, which I'm doing currently, where I'm getting 100% in games, it made me realize, like, dude, I could turn this 100% in game into a video and it would be more productive because, hey, at least then I potentially could make money, right? And there's people already do that, right? They take something that most people do and like think about, alright, I have a lot of thoughts. Basically, when people 100% a game, it doesn't really mean much, right? Oh, I got the platinum trophy. Oh, wow, look at me. Yeah, it's cool, I guess, to say you did it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. No one really cares. But the second you turn into a video, then it's like, oh, all those like 50, 100 hours, 200 hours, 300 hours of gameplay turns into something that could be more money. So, I'm just saying, if you ever do something, especially with video games, I would say that's like, you know, and you're just thinking to yourself, wow, this is going to be a waste of time. I'm only doing it for myself. Maybe you should just turn that into a video. Who knows?
And I just felt empty. And I can speak for everyone, but I'm sure I can't be the only one who feels that way. Like, what is the point? What is the benefit? What exactly do we gain from this? Do we see any actual benefit to this? Or are we just all addicted? Why are we all just okay with making pure stimulation our default state of being when accomplishing real goals in real life is mostly the complete opposite of pure stimulation?
I'm sorry, this is distracting me. I can't focus with all this nonsense being played. Like, dude, why do you have to like have like the visuals go crazy, bro? There's no reason for that.
You actually accomplish in your life when you're mindlessly distracted. Of course, right? Of course, not every second of life needs to be a full grinding or working or whatever, but how much do we fucking need? We turn every slightly dull moment into pure entertainment. We can't sit with our own thoughts for 5 minutes without looking for our phones. We put this shit above our own health and things that actually matter in our lives. Where do you think this will lead long term? How can any of this turn out good? I remember one day I was doom scrolling and I ended up on this one video of this guru guy talking about time management or whatever. And he broke it down that there's 168 hours in a week. If you sleep 8 hours a day or around 56 hours and you work another 40 hours, you still have 72 hours in your week.
Dang.
So why not get another full-time job and work 8 hours a week to get ahead? No.
Ooh, yeah. These people, I hate these people. I hate these people so much. It only applies if you are absolutely need to pay the bills and you're not making enough money. I don't think you should work more than 60 hours a week, in my opinion. I think 40, yeah, it's reasonable. I think 60, yeah, that's where I would say is max. Because anything past that, and you're just, you need free time. That's the reality. You need free time. Like, you need some time to do something. Otherwise, your life will just be about working. I don't care how fun your job is. You can't just live a life of working constantly.
Now, I don't think people need to work 2 full-time jobs.
Yeah, I think that's outrageous.
80 hours a week or whatever. But he said this thing that really made me think. At the end, he said, how much playtime do you need? Basically, how much time do you need off from working and growing something you actually care about, especially if you're an adult. And of course, this is extreme, and there's obviously more nuances to it. Like, you have less than 72 hours a week.
Well, yeah, because you have chores, you gotta find time to make a meal if you're home cooking, or even just get the meal, right? And you gotta consider pooping, showering. There's a lot more to it, but still, that's not that much time.
Free time. But it made me look at my life for a second and ask myself, how much time do I need to just chill, especially when I'm nowhere near where I want to be? Like, do I have to start scrolling again, as if I haven't been looking at the same things for months now? Like, okay, for example, if you're on average scrolling for a little more than 3 hours a day, you have already scrolled around 100 hours this past month.
Ooh.
100 hours.
Those 100 hours could be... Sad reality is those 100 hours, I'd rather put... Like, I'm thinking, wow, 100 hours? That could be put into a game. That could be put into something else. Like, oh, I could put those in the ending. Nope.
Why do you need more? Especially if it fries your brain, your motivation, your discipline, willpower, etc. Why do you continue?
I hate this
Think about how it
footage,
affects
bro.
us long term, only short term. We just want that instant feeling of relief instead of taking a long road to actually fix the problem. Instead of studying, we scroll. Instead of working out, we swipe. Instead of sleeping, we text. We ignore the
Okay,
big
texting,
payout
I
in
just
our
don't
lives.
agree with the texting
It's
thing.
simple.
I don't do. Is it common for most people to text for hours and hours a day? I feel like that's not. There's no way that's normal. Then again, I don't know. I feel like that could be normal. I've caught myself once in a while being like texting or messaging people for like two hours straight, but that's rare. It's very rare. Most of the times, I like to just kind of let notifications ride out for like a couple hours, and then I'll like check them all at once. I don't know. I don't like to instant respond, but then again, I also instant respond all the time too. It's weird. Also, I hate how there's like a culture, like a not a culture, just like a thing about like, oh, if you respond instantly, you're online chronically, bro, and that's seen as weird. But if you take too long to respond, then it's like, oh wow, you don't care about me. It's like, bro, I hate that stuff. Personally, I think that if you respond in less than 12 hours, I think you're in good terms, right? Like, is it preferably respond in less than 1 hour? Of course. But, people don't see things, right? It's just how it goes. I just hate people who don't respond at all. Like, I've known someone who would like not respond to people because they're like, oh, I don't know what to say. So it's like, oh, so I'm being left on the red, and you're just thinking, well, what did I do wrong? And then to find out, oh, I don't know how to respond. Like, bro, what?
Temporarily numb them with colorful pixels. I hope you agree with me when I say this just isn't fun anymore. Most of the time we spend having fun isn't even fun. Most of the fun people have is spent looking at a screen doing nothing. And because all people see now is stupid stuff on social media, they become stupid themselves, especially 12-year-olds growing up now. But younger-ish people like myself, in our 20s, how is it fun keeping up with politics 24/7? Comparing yourselves to other people or celebrities, keeping up with this thing or that thing, looking into the lives of other people you'll never meet that have nothing to do with you. How is that fun? Now, obviously, if you're watching a cool movie or something extremely interesting, like the video you're watching right now,
Okay,
cool.
bro.
But TikTok, with its ability to show you a million different videos, you're not enjoying that. You didn't even want to see it. You're just feeding into an algorithm that's literally designed to keep you watching as long as possible. And now this algorithm is everywhere, and it gets better and better. Now millions of people spend most of their existence just scrolling, and the whole time, somewhere in this huge ever-growing web, you're just there, consuming.
I
Not
heard the
enjoy-
saying that you should always be a producer than rather than a consumer. It's always better to produce than consume. So what that basically means in this scenario would be produce content, don't produce TikToks, don't consume TikToks, or at least produce more than you consume.
enjoying yourself.
And I agree because if you're producing almost every single time you're producing, you're 99% of cases making money or being productive. Whereas if you're consuming, almost all cases, it's not being productive. There are times when consuming is good. For example, if you're a critic, obviously. If you're a movie critic, obviously watching movies is productive because that's how you make your money. I mean, and obviously there's still, like for example, consuming this video, right? Obviously that's productive in the sense for me at least because I'm making content out of it.
It's no longer fun. Yet you swipe just one more time. So the dark part about all of this is that it's just going to get worse and more addicting. These algorithms are going to get better. VR and AI are just not becoming a thing.
Yeah, I'm scared of
and they're gonna
VR.
get exponentially better. The technology we have today is the worst it will ever be. As in, it will never be less addicting than it is now. It will never get any worse.
Unless the
than it is
regulations
at
are
this
applied.
second. Because there's so much money in it, and people love being stimulated 24/7. If you're watching or listening this far into this video, then you might see this as a problem. But vast majority of people clearly do not. A very small percentage of people are willingly going to choose to be less stimulated. Most people don't even notice what's happening and are just going to want more. Or they see the signs that it might be a problem, but then they quickly ignore it with some more content to rot their brains. So they're going to spend more time on these apps, teach the AI algorithms more about them to feed them more content and more content and more content and more content. Within time, this stuff is going to become so personal and so stimulating to the point that people aren't going to want to do anything outside of this. You're
I
already
add
starting to
numbers
see
to
signs
this,
of this.
bro. Like, this footage is starting to make me annoyed because it's just stupid. Like, why add numbers here? Just a bunch of people walking and we just add footage of numbers rotating. Like, bro, get out of here.
Like, I know that movies like Matrix and WALL-E are just movies, but isn't that kind of the natural conclusion to all of this? Where we just keep making these things faster and better. We don't just see things on a screen, but now it's in a room we're in. We go from vibrating phones in our hands, slowly to vibrations all over our body. Instead of
Ooh.
apps with algorithms, you'll have your own personal AI that can show you literally you can possibly think of instantly in seconds. Like, is that not where we're heading? You just know right now, people are trying to find ways to connect all of our senses to the virtual world. So far we have...
By the way, I'm scared of VR because I have a feeling it's already kind of bad, but I have a feeling if it's gonna get worse and worse because there'll be a point where which will be of no return, basically, where virtual reality will feel like a real reality when you enter it, and it will be hard to figure out. I feel like once that happens, it'll be hard to, at least for me, because I'm always on the internet and I'm always playing video games, it'd be so hard to get off of that. And my life would I'd probably invest so much more of my I already know I would. I'd invest so much more time into that than real life. And the reality is like if everyone's on virtual reality, playing like what's that one Ready Player One? If it happens like that, bro, it's like, guess what? Our world will be screwed. I don't know. Because no one will. I just don't want to live in a world where everyone is on their VR, right? Their headset and their virtual reality. No one's actually doing anything in real life because the problem with that, obviously, is then the world is just going to rot around us and no one's really going to notice. Or the people who do notice is very minority. I don't want that to happen, but that's a whole other conversation.
Of sight and hearing basically down. But what happens when we get taste, smell, and touchdown? Touchdown. What happens when you can just pull out something, hit a button, and boom, you're in a world perfectly made for you. And not to get too science fiction or anything, but imagine we learn how to manipulate our perception of time. And a year in this perfect digital world is only a few minutes in a real world. And
Oh my God. If that happened, I
You
wouldn't even think about it twice. I'd be on there for hours. Real life hours. Yeah.
perfect. You feel no pain. You can go anywhere. You can see, touch, feel, smell, taste things you can't experience in the real world.
Oh.
Would you leave? How much more
No.
stimulating would that be compared to the real world? What if this world is just as tangible as the real world? Wouldn't you stay as long as you could, especially if it's objectively better, even if it isn't real? What if you're in that world right now and just forgot about your past life? What if you're 15 layers deep?
Yeah, I knew it was gonna
a
go
world
weird.
within a world within a world, and your true ultra real world body is over 1 trillion years old by now. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent, but I think that's where we're headed. And we're going to start seeing versions of this happening much sooner than we think, which is really cool, but kind of scary if you think too much about it. It's just crazy to me how fast all this is happening. 10,000 years ago, there was basically no entertainment other than throwing rocks into a pond. 1,000 years ago, you might have had a live concert or an athletic event you can go watch. And less than 100 years ago, you had terrible video games and maybe a color TV if you were really lucky. But today, you have all of those combined times 1,000 in your pocket or in arm's reach. You don't have to look far to find stimulation. And now we're in the beginning of the AI and the VR era, and we can already predict where that's going. And this sounds good, but we're already seeing side effects of all of this.
Yeah.
Already, young people are being less social, not wanting to do anything outside. There's been
That's
a rise
me.
in-
I'm not gonna lie. That's not even me fully, because I used to be that person who used to be like, I don't want to hang out with anyone outside. And I started realizing, yeah, I probably should start doing that. But now the problem is that I've realized that a lot of other people that I thought were into that stuff aren't. And so now it's a whole cycle where it's like, oh, I ask people, hey, do you want to hang out? And they're like, no, no, not really. And then it's a whole battle to get people to hang out. And it's like, well, you might as well just at that point just forget about it. It's just easier to go, hey, I'm gonna play a video game with you, bro. And instead of like, oh, let's go eat out or something, right? Or, ooh, let's do this. It's just easier to say, let's play a video game, right? It's just a sad reality.
Depression and anxiety, being awkward around real human beings, having the perspective of the world being shaped by fake people on fake screens, living fake lives. Young men clocking in thousands of hours into a video game while covered in Cheeto dust, while also being able to see any girl they want instantly, doing anything. Young kids being given phones at 6 years old, and so many young and old people depressed, aimless, and lost, yet they still make time to fucking scroll every day. And it's just
what is this footage, by the way?
Worse.
What is this footage?
When I was young, the internet was special. I remember the internet being this huge, unexplored world when everything was new and unique and not designed just to keep me watching for another second. When I didn't feel like a product. When not every single pixel of the internet was optimized to get my attention just to get my attention. When the internet felt like something I wanted to go on, not needed.
I'm sorry, what is that footage, by the way? He just had grass, like, being blown by wind. Like, bro, what is this footage?
I've only been around for 23 years, but if there's one thing I've learned, it's that comfort kills you slowly.
Oh, it does.
There's no
100%.
problem with a little comfort, obviously, but when that's all you are, there's no growth.
That's what I said earlier.
No reward. No happiness. We weren't designed to be comfortable 24/7. We weren't designed for this. So-called pleasures, when they go beyond a certain limit, are but punishments. So what the hell can we do about this? Because, like we talked about before, brain rot is here and it's just going to get worse. We cannot fix this as a collective because most people do not care and will not give up scrolling. But we can fix this in our individual lives, which will hopefully motivate others to make a change as well. Probably not, but maybe. This is the boring part most people don't want to listen to, but if you already made it this far into this video, you might as well finish it. I really don't want you to keep rotting your brain. So I hope this next part is helpful to you in some way. I can't speak for everyone, but this is how I fixed my own brain rot, or at least made it a lot better. And spoiler alert, it's just the obvious stuff. But I also want to add a little bit more to it. So a few months ago, I had a genuine fear.
Okay. I don't like those eyes. Just get them out of here.
Because I would be talking to my girlfriend and then forget entirely what we're talking about just 5 seconds later. And it's normal to forget some things sometimes, but this was actually really bad. My room was also a mess, and I couldn't focus on anything, and I just felt this fog all the time. And then I realized, oh, it's because I'm on TikTok 2 to 3 hours a day, and then I'm jumping to bullshit YouTube videos, and I'm not doing anything I know I should be doing. I wasn't eating right, my sleep schedule was terrible again, and hadn't been to the gym in like 3 weeks. I gained a lot of weight too, so no shit, this was happening to me. And then I found the secret solution to all of this. I deleted TikTok, and I started doing the things I know I should be doing, and now my memory and focus is back. Surprise, surprise. I always just try to remember that if I eat right, sleep right, work out, and probably the biggest thing, get off my phone, that's 90%.
Okay, by the way, I should give some advice. If you want to fix your life, don't do it in increments. Don't do it all at once. Don't go cold turkey everything at once. Like, oh, you want to fix your diet, you want to fix your health, and you want to fix your TikTok addiction, for example. Well, you should focus on one, fix that, and then work on the other stuff. So, for example, if you think TikTok's the highest priority, well, you could cold turkey. I think that's the best option in that case. But most of the cases, you don't want to do that because especially if there's multiple things at once, because what's going to end up happening is you're more likely to come back to it. Because your brain is not ready for that. Because think about it. I mean, if you use TikTok all the time, every day, for hours, and you just cut it off randomly, your body's used to it. You're right. Your brain's used to go on TikTok, and now it's like, oh, well, now what am I going to do to fill up this time? And if you do it in increments, you're more likely to, find things that you can fill that time in slowly. The problem with doing that with TikTok is obviously you're more likely to just continue scrolling anyways. I mean, because it's so easy. I've done it so many times on YouTube Shorts where it's just like, oh, I'm gonna get off now. And you're like, you know what, 5 more minutes, and then it just goes on and on and on.
Another problem, and will always get me back on the right track. Here's the problem. It's really simple. Almost too simple. Basically, anyone could have guessed the solution, but nobody does it. Why?
Because it's not as it's simple in the sense of how to execute it, but it's not that simple in the sense of it's an addiction. Addictions are hard to get rid of.
I can't tell you exactly why other people don't do X, Y, and Z, but I'll try to explain my little theory I've noticed within myself. It's because it doesn't seem like it does anything. If I do eat right, so what? I don't notice it instantly. It might not taste the best. It might take more time to prepare.
That's so relatable.
Like, what's the point? If I do sleep right, so what? Like, we're gonna wake up tired the next day regardless. If we do go work out, we look the same the next day, but now we're just sore. So what's the point?
The thing about working out though is just like it's hard because at least for me, when I was on my huge workout kick back in like major where I was going every single day basically. I do go, but not as often as I should, which I'm trying to fix. It was like I didn't notice much change for a while. But the thing about it is the things that take the longest change are the things that are the most rewarding. It's just how it goes. I think the problem is we want instant change, but that's not how that works. And even then, the whole soreness thing. Bro, being sore is the best feeling in the world. Like, dude, because that's like a sign that you're doing something right when you're sore. It's like, oh wow, I had a really good workout. That's good. It's a great feeling.
Point. If I do get off my phone and go pick up a book, cool. I didn't make any money. I didn't change anything about my life. So what the hell is the point?
Okay, but the book thing, yeah, that's kind of understandable. Books, though, it's all about just. It's really about just increasing your intelligence. That's how I feel. Because when I used to read all these books, I was like, well, my vocabulary was way better. But I've noticed over the years, as I stopped reading books, it just decreased. I still can read, don't get me wrong. And I guarantee if I find a good book, like, bro, I used to be so, like, there's nothing like a good book. Like, bro, a good book is like watching a movie. But the thing about it is if you leave to do something else, it's like pausing a movie. You can't pause a movie and then go, I'm going to work now, or I'm going to go to school for 8 hours. You can't do that. But that's basically what it's like. Like, it's ridiculous how good. I should probably get back to reading. Like, I used to be like one of those people who would like, I'd pick up a book and in 1 or 2 days I'd finish it because it was so good I couldn't think about anything else but books or that story. It was a great feeling. Because you'd always be like, oh, I don't like reading. And then you do it and you realize, wow, I actually enjoy it. And it's productive because it actually makes you smarter, in my opinion.
Asking myself those things until I realized the point. The point of doing these things is that it allows you to focus. And when you're able to focus and really think about your life, your problems, whatever, you get shit done. Brain rot, brain fog, or whatever term you want to use is simply literally what happens when your brain can't focus on what's important in life because it's focused on other things that don't matter and are just instant, stupid, and stimulating.
I don't know if that's exactly
your entire
what it
life
is.
like that, it becomes hollow. Focusing on something that's actually beneficial to your life, like school, work, business, is usually unstimulating and boring, at least for a majority of the process. And your monkey brain just wants maximum stimulation. So it's always going to default towards the more stimulating option. And because you can access unlimited, instant, algorithmic stimulating content anywhere we look, most people just stay locked in there, rotting their brains. So if you want to fix your brain rot, or at least
that's the thing about it, by the way, I should mention, is that if you want to be successful, it's easier than ever to be successful. In the sense that, my take on this is that it's easier than ever to make it to the top of the top and like something Like if you want to be the best programmer, it's easier than ever to become super successful because so many people take the lazy approach. They're gonna start they use AI to help them figure things out, right? They're gonna cheat. They cheat their way, and most of them don't really take this thing seriously. But if you start taking and locking in, for example, when you want to be a big programmer, it's easy. It's easier because the competition is all just destroyed. They all suck because they're not taking it that serious. No one's working that hard anymore. Well, I shouldn't say no one, but it's not as common now. It's most people are just busy doing a bunch of nonsense like going on TikTok when they could be using that time to, work hard. And now that you know that all the competition's doing that, it's easier. Don't get me wrong, there's still people who are working crazy hard who are, you know, ridiculous. But it's easier to get to that point where you're in the top, like the successful range.
This is what worked for me. You need to actually do the obvious thing, which is getting off your phone. But for most people, that's not going to cut it. You've heard that before. So I'll try to get really tactical with you. The problem, at least that I had, is that when I remove the time I spend online, there's this void, right? This empty block of time or boredom that opens up that needs to be replaced by something. You can't just leave it open. So when I first started doing this, I realized I got extremely bored. And when I get bored, instead of turning back to my phone, which happens a lot, I simply try to do something else I know I should be doing, but actually just doing it. And that's the really hard part, shifting the train onto the right track. But once you do that, it starts to move on its own, and it's much more easier to keep going. And honestly,
I heard the best thing you can do, by the way, to be productive is to make it so that everything else that you want to do is boring. So basically make it so that the only thing that seems entertaining is the productive activity. And it's actually worked on me. It's hard to pull off, but like for me sometimes, I'll be like, I'm so bored of gaming, I don't want to play any games. And I'll think, oh, well now I'm gonna edit now because it's the only thing that's really entertaining. And usually I hate editing. And so when that happens, it's like, oh my God. So I guess the best way to do it is just make TikTok seem super unappealing in your brain or make it seem boring. And, if that's your problem, then suddenly you don't have that problem because you're thinking, wow, it's harder. It's obviously easier said than done. It's hard to pull that off. But if you could, I guarantee you will do well. Will do wonders.
It takes maybe 2 to 3 weeks of actually trying to make a change, and then it just becomes automatic. But even then, it will fall off again, and you'll have to force it back into place. Like I said, it's a constant battle, and it will be until the day we die. And if that's still not going to cut it, and you still want to
get that picture off.
Here's the final thing I always remind myself. Memento mori. I am going to die. I don't have forever to exist. Neither do you. But right now, literally right now, you have the ability to experience things no other thing in the history of the universe will ever be able to experience. You have all the potential in the world at your fingertips. The screen that can take away your life also has the ability to build your life. So use it. If you are going to be online 24/7, produce something instead of consuming it.
Exactly. There you goes.
Use it to create, learn, become something. And I get it. It can be boring as shit, but what's the alternative? TikTok, social media, stupid YouTube videos, they're always going to be there. Always. But the chance for you to build something meaningful with your life is not. And despite how it feels, you don't need a 10-hour screen time to function. Every other human ever lived a full life without it. You'll be fine. I'm not even saying you have to completely get rid of it. Hell, I still use the internet for bullshit, but at least I'm trying to do something with it. And I can tell you firsthand, it's much more fun this way. And sure, it can get boring as hell when you're in the process of creating something.
That's true.
But the feelings you get as it starts coming together and you start approaching the end, knowing you made it, is something scrolling can never give you.
That's true.
Life is quite beautiful.
See, I think the problem is that when you know that you have an expiration date, it's easier to just say, well, I want to live a life of fulfillment and fun, where I just do things I want. It's easy to say that because putting in work, for example, going to the gym stuff, or eating right, or fixing your TikTok addiction, whatever, It's like, why do that when I already am gonna die? Might as well die having fun. The reality is that you could argue that seeing your success is a lot more important than seeing your seeing like your life and how successful you be is a lot more of a rewarding feeling than being complacent and just doing what's normal. That's fun, I'd argue.
You build something that you can call your own. All right, I feel like I'm yapping now. So, in conclusion, brain rot is bad. It's gonna get worse, but not for you. Get off your phone. Get the most out of your existence, please. Por favor. Adios. Bye. Subscribe. Bye.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There we go. I like that video. Wow, this was, by the way, this was a crazy good video. And what is that? Oh. Alright. I saw this video about 2 weeks ago. Oh yeah, it came out 2 weeks ago. I remember I said I'm gonna react to this instantly. How long is this? Oh, 43 minutes? God damn. Never mind. I might not watch this then because this is a long, long video. Yeah. Alright, let's do this one instead. It's shorter. YouTube's most hated videos of all time. I know that on this list is the YouTube Rewind of 2018. Or was it 2018? All I know is YouTube Rewind is on there, and it's embarrassing for them because how do you have YouTube, like, how do you be the owner of something and have the worst part, like, part of the entire product? Right? That's basically the way I would word it. Like, you have millions of videos, and the most disliked video of all time, I believe, is probably still a Rewind. I don't know if that's true, but it was at one point, and that's embarrassing.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here.
Alright, well, I already know where this is going. I hate people say this. This sounds manipulative. I hate to say it. I'm simply here to apologize. I hope I do not expect to be forgiven. It's like, the people who say, I do not expect to be forgiven, are the people who are trying to bait you into thinking, oh, well, this guy actually cares. Because he actually thinks that he shouldn't be forgiven. No, he doesn't care at all.
Here to apologize.
Followed by JoJo Siwa with an astonishing 3.1 million dislikes!
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
On YouTube, videos go viral when they have more views and more likes. But sometimes a video goes viral for a different reason: pure hatred. These are YouTube's most hated videos, ranked from the least to the most dislikes. I'm Visual Venture, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day ahead. The React announcement. First up, we've got a video that was meant to be a quick announcement. However, people hated it so much that it caused a firestorm on YouTube.
We are excited to announce React World, which is a first-of-its-kind program that allows people and companies to license all our popular shows online. So that
Wait, isn't this the thing where they made it so that they copyrighted anyone who reacted?
anyone, even you watching right now, can create your own versions in a fully legal way and be part of a new and exciting global community.
This announcement was made by two brothers, Benny and Rafi Fine, but everyone called them the Fine Brothers. They ran a YouTube channel called React that had millions of
I've heard
subscribers.
of this.
Since joining YouTube in 2007, the Fine Bros have uploaded different reaction series like Kids React, Teens React,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah, I've seen
YouTubers
these.
React. These shows gave the React channel billions of views, making it one of the biggest channels on YouTube. The channel's success is a big reason why reaction videos are so popular on YouTube today. However, in their attempt to protect their content and grow their React brand, the Fine Bros made a huge mistake. On January 26th, 2016, the Fine Bros released a video announcing their new program, React World. The idea was that their fans who wanted to create reaction videos could apply for permission from the Fine Brothers.
Yep, I've heard about this. See, the thing you don't do on YouTube is you never... Wait, oh, no, by the way, I think... I should just continue, because I'm about to say something that might be wrong. Well, I think how it works is basically they're going to copyright anyone who didn't, like, meet the requirements that they set up. Because they said reacting to their stuff was bad. Like, I don't know, I
If
think...
approved, they could use names like Kids React or Teens React for their videos, and the Fine Brothers would help promote them. However, any money the fans made from these videos would have to be shared with the Fine Bros.
I see what they're doing. So basically they're taking the Kids React and Teens React trademark and saying, hey, it's ours. That's just a horrible move, obviously, because that you can't own something like Teens React, like the title of that. Like, that's ridiculous because you're not the creator of that. It's not an original idea either.
Idea didn't sound bad. That was until the Fine Brothers revealed how they were trying to trademark the word React itself.
Oh, yeah, okay, I was right. Okay. Yeah, so the thing you don't do is you never try to copyright people for basically dumb reasons, and this would result, if they successfully trademarked the word, obviously that would result in everyone getting copyrighted for using React or doing reactions. And, well, obviously that's the #1 rule, is you never do something like that.
When the video took a turn for the worst. Trademarking the word React was a major issue. Reaction videos were very popular on YouTube, and many of them had
Mr. Beast
the word
has a
React
reaction? Okay. Speed Universe, by the way.
Was a major issue. Reaction videos were very popular.
Mr. Beast reacts? Bro. I hate his thumbnails. Oh my god. This looks so fake. Like, I hate reaction thumbnails so much. And the fact is, this guy, 80 million views for something like this. Like, what is this thumbnail? It just looks like something that, like, I laugh at.
Popular on YouTube, and many of them had the word React in their titles. If the Fine Brothers got the trademark, they would be able to control any video that used the word React.
Yeah,
this
which
meant
is
that
ridiculous.
they could take down any YouTube video with that word in it.
Yeah, which obviously is arguably the worst thing you could ever do, ever. Worst move on YouTube. Because, I mean, you know how many people are going to be affected by that and complaining? No one likes it when someone takes over and just copyrights everyone. No one likes that. It's just a reality.
Claim copyright to make money off of other creators' videos.
So
By trying to trademark the word React,
I don't
the
even
Fine
know how you
Brothers
think
were
that's
going to
not a
war
good
with
idea.
millions of content creators and subscribers. The news made a lot of people mad. Longtime fans of the Fine Brothers turned against them, accusing the Fine Bros of trying to control a concept that they didn't own. It wasn't just the fans who were upset. Other YouTubers made videos bashing the brothers.
We can't wait to work with so many of you and change the world together.
What he meant to say is you can't wait to just take all of your ad revenue for whatever you happen to create that even looks like the Fine Bros format.
The number of dislikes on the announcement video
how much?
skyrocketed from hundreds to thousands, then millions. The comments were really harsh, with many calling the brothers money-grubbing and power-hungry. People were unsubscribing from the React channel in droves. At one point, tens of thousands of people were unsubscribing per hour. Within days, they lost 300,000 subscribers. Backlash was so intense that the Fine Brothers had no choice but to respond. A few days later, the Fine Brothers posted an apology video saying that their intentions were misunderstood. They claimed they only wanted to protect their specific React series, not control all reaction videos on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That just sounds really, really not true. I really don't believe that, because how can you say trademark the word React and just not realize that a bunch of other people do the same thing that is not related to your series, because your series is somewhat unique?
We were never trying to say that every video where someone reacts to something else is something we would try to control. When we referenced licensing the React format, we only meant our specific series, not the overall genre of
But
React.
even then, that's pretty, like, yeah, that's kind of disgusting, because, you know, it's like, I don't know, because I don't know if they really, their series, it's not technically really an original idea. You're just getting random people to react to things.
Videos. We do not own the genre.
However, just weeks after the announcement, smaller channels on Reddit started posting about how the Fine Brothers were copyright claiming their videos.
You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. You can't do that. Golden rule.
Removed the React World announcement video and dropped the entire idea. By then, the damage had already been done. The React channel's reputation never fully recovered, and almost 10 years later, the React World announcement is still one of the most disliked videos in YouTube history.
With how many?
Logan Paul's apology.
Why does it not say how many dislikes? Oh, whatever.
Logan Paul's apology video titled
crazy.
So Sorry is next on our list of most hated YouTube videos. The controversy began when Logan Paul uploaded a vlog where he and his friends explored the Aokigahara forest in Japan. The forest was infamous for being a place where many people go to end their lives. Although Logan knew this, he decided to explore the forest with his camera rolling. While there, he and his friends came across the body of someone who had recently passed. Instead of treating the situation with seriousness and respect, Logan made jokes and continued to record.
I think the worst part about this is that, like, I think the worst part about it is is this even a live stream? I don't think it was. I think the worst part is he put that in the video, so that means he's blissfully ignorant to like anything bad he did, which is a horrible sign. Because I'm telling you, if I did that and I would realize, oh, this could be bad. He clearly is ignorant. Like, there's no way a normal person would do that. So that makes it worse. Right? And then the other thing is it's just like the fact that like people forgave him and let him grow as a person, and now look where he is. He's even worse. The amount of like scams he's pulled off, and the fakeness of him is ridiculous. It's like how do people not learn from mistakes? This guy was clearly not a good person.
How our lives unfold. There's no going back. I've seen things I can't unsee.
We found a dead body.
He then uploaded the video to his YouTube channel showing millions of viewers the disturbing footage. It didn't take long for the backlash to hit. Viewers were outraged, calling Logan disrespectful and heartless. The video got hundreds of thousands of dislikes before it was deleted by Logan himself that same day. In response to the backlash, Logan released an apology video titled So Sorry.
I've made a severe and continuous...
Yeah, like, I hate the wording. That just sounds really like fake. No one says that normally. I made a continuous lapse in my judgment. No one says that. That's like something you hear in like a script.
Lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize.
But rather than calming the storm, this apology video fueled even more anger, racking up over 1 million dislikes in just a few hours.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't his vlog that was the most disliked, but his apology. Logan even trended on Twitter with countless tweets blasting him for exploiting someone's pain for clout. But if Logan already apologized, why was everyone still mad? For many viewers, Logan's apology seemed fake. They felt like he was only saying sorry because he got in trouble and faced backlash, not because he...
Honestly, I think that... I hate saying this, but I think the best thing you could do, the most interesting thing you could do, is just double down. Imagine if you doubled down on this. Yeah, I don't know what would happen, but I feel like if he doubled down on it and said, oh, I don't care, it's like, you kind of have to respect it somewhat, because I'd rather see that than see a fake apology. I don't know, maybe I'm delusional, I don't know. I'm just waiting for one of these days when actually someone... Instead of letting themselves get canceled and, oh, I'm going to apologize, and it's obviously fake because they don't care at all. Double down on it, please.
Really understood how wrong he was. It felt more like a performance meant to save his reputation rather than a true expression of regret. The apology video is still on Logan's channel with over 63 million views and almost 3 million dislikes.
That's a horrible
The dislikes
ratio,
on Logan's apology video weren't the only problem. The real consequences were much worse. YouTube kicked him out of their Google Preferred program, potentially costing him millions in ad revenue. On top of that, he lost several deals with brands and advertisers. A movie he was working working on got put on hold, and even the Hollywood actor The Rock told Logan to delete every picture and video of them together. And it wasn't over. Logan's own business partners sued him, claiming the scandal made them lose a $3.5 million deal. Feeling the heat, Logan took a break from content creation. Eventually, his fans, business partners, and even YouTube forgave him. Logan returned to YouTube, but continues to stir up drama to this day. By this point in time, Logan's apology was widely considered the worst YouTuber apology in history.
Okay, worst? I'm not even close in my opinion. There's worse. There's the one of the ukulele girl. Oh my god, and there's the one of the dancer.
That was until this next video, Colleen Ballinger's apology.
Yep,
the video you're about to see isn't just one of YouTube's most hated videos, it's also a perfect example of a terrible apology.
Hey.
This is just embarrassing. I hate watching this.
I haven't been doing so great, so I took a little break. So a lot of people are saying some things about me that aren't quite true. Doesn't matter if it's true though, just as long as it's entertaining to you.
The video was posted by YouTuber Colleen Ballinger after she was accused of something so serious that it could have landed
what was
her
she
in
accused?
jail.
Oh, well, of course. So if she's going to... Okay. I don't... Okay, so she was accused of some... I don't know what it was.
Instead of making a normal apology video, she did something totally unexpected. She sang her apology while playing a ukulele. The video went viral, eventually becoming a meme known as the ukulele apology. This was a ridiculous way to apologize for a potentially serious crime. But what exactly was she saying sorry for? Colleen Ballinger started on YouTube in 2006, but didn't have much success. In 2008, she introduced the goofy Miranda Sings character, which gained her millions of fans. Over the course of 10 years, her channel amassed over 10 million subscribers, making her one of YouTube's biggest stars. But in April 2020, Colleen found herself at the center of a career-ending scandal. One of her fans made a video accusing Colleen of inappropriate behavior with him when he was young. This inappropriate behavior
it seems like content creators cannot stay away from these situations. I don't get it. Like, there's memes for a reason why, like, oh, if I turn to a content creator, what's the first thing I'm gonna do with all my fame? Oh, I'm gonna message a minor. Like, why? Why is this so common? I don't get it.
Included sending him weird messages, asking him for photos, and even mailing him her lingerie.
Of course.
This was what I was saying.
Okay.
I don't even know.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I don't even know why these are called accusations. This is just real.
Sorry, I don't know how to...
Actually, no, I shouldn't say that. You know why I shouldn't say that? It's because, obviously, this guy could just set this up. I mean, I don't know, but I highly doubt that he'd set it up. Like, I just don't believe that at all.
This is what...
There's no way this guy would put a lot of random
Colleen
underwear.
made a brief apology after these allegations came out, and the situation seemed to fade away. But that wasn't the end of the drama. The allegations resurfaced in June 2023 when more young fans came forward with similar stories about Colleen's inappropriate behavior. In a Rolling Stones article, fans shared stories about how Colleen pressured them to send pictures and have video calls. She even invited them to slumber parties despite being
Slumber parties, bro? Oh, yeah. It's over. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I don't get it. This is why there's a reason why people I think social media solution to this problem, by the way, is just make social media requirement be older, which sounds ridiculous because a lot of kids already get away with not putting the right age, but I mean, it could help. I know Australia is just banning kids from having access to the internet, which I don't know if I fully agree with, but I think that's a right step in the right direction. Because kids are blissfully ignorant, and they're not going to know what's happening to them until they're older. I don't know.
Older than them. They even had screenshots.
I don't know what this is all saying.
To prove it. Many people began to speculate that Colleen liked to have inappropriate relationships with her fans. Instead of addressing the new allegations with a serious, straightforward response, Colleen decided to do something completely unique. She was going to sing a song.
I've been wanting to come online and talk to you about a few things.
I think it would have been better if this was actually like professionally recorded and it was just audio and no what's it called? Video? Yeah. Because I feel like if it was a song, there would be more effort put behind it, and it wouldn't just feel like it's low effort. This feels low effort. I don't know.
Even though my team has strongly advised me to not say what I want to say, I recently realized that they never said that I couldn't sing what I want.
Also, the other problem is people, there's like, after hearing the whole accusations, bro, there's enough that it's like, yeah, you look like you probably did it, so
In a bizarre
there's not really much
apology,
you could do to
Colleen
fix it.
didn't provide a real explanation for her actions. Instead, she sang lyrics that downplayed the allegations and made excuses for her behavior. Viewers could hardly believe what they were seeing, so in anger, they downvoted it. Colleen's High video currently has over 2 million dislikes
Oh
and
my
18
god, that
million
ratio
views.
is
Fans
horrendous.
expected a sincere apology, but instead got a song that was disrespectful and insensitive. After the backlash from her ukulele apology, Colleen took a 4-month break from YouTube. When she finally returned, she posted a new video where she apologized again, this time without the ukulele. She made a more serious apology saying, "I don't expect anyone to welcome me back with..."
This is the type of stuff that just feels fake. I don't like when people say that. Why do you say it? Just sounds so manipulative. Oh, I don't expect people to want me back. Oh, but, you know, I'm still sorry. It's like, bro, that just sounds like you're trying to manipulate. I'm like, oh, wow. You know, I really actually noticed that people actually are hating me. Like, bro, no.
With open arms.
You
I
don't
don't
care.
expect to change anyone's mind with this video.
Nope, that
I just wanted
manipulation.
to come on here and say that I'm sorry. The ukulele video made her lose a lot of subscribers, and several of her live shows and tours were canceled. Despite all of this, Colleen is still vlogging on her YouTube channels, hoping to rebuild the trust with her audience. But no matter what she does, her ukulele apology will go down as one of the most hated YouTube videos of
Wait, so
all.
what happened with the accusations? They just went away? Did they just, like, not exist anymore? I'm confused. Because it doesn't... You can't just have that, like, thrown around at someone and nothing happens. I don't know. That just seems weird.
Time. JoJo Siwa's Karma music video. This year, 2024, JoJo Siwa's music video for single Karma made history for all the wrong reasons.
Your number one first place overall goes to Karma by JoJo Siwa with an astonishing, record-breaking 3.1 million
Wow.
dislikes.
That's just annoying listening to her, though. She just dragged that out for way too long. Whatever, I don't care. I don't know why this girl's famous, by the way. I have no clue.
Siwa started her career as a child star on a show
never
called
mind.
Dance Moms and became a teen pop artist. In her early career, she was famous for her colorful style and upbeat songs aimed at young girls. But with the release of Karma, everything changed, just not in the way she'd hoped. JoJo wanted to reinvent herself. She spent years wearing sparkly outfits and big hair bows. But now that she was older, she wanted to switch to a more mature, provocative image. The release of the Karma music video in
I
April
see where it's
2024 was supposed to be a bold statement of her new look and sound. However, it didn't go as planned. JoJo Siwa went from looking like this to looking like this. But instead
that's
of fans
outrageous.
embracing her rebrand, JoJo's new look became an internet meme. Her music video was also described as cheesy and hilariously goofy. One reviewer called it the worst music I've ever listened to.
Well. 2024 had a lot of music. I've probably topped that. For example, Oppie Day by Lil Mabu. Or, I don't know, Grippy. I ever heard of that one? Ooh. Or, Think of It. So, I haven't listened to the song, obviously, but I highly doubt this is the worst song. There's so many worse songs that... No, 2024 is so crazy, because with the highs that's happened in the music industry, there's also some of the lowest lows I've seen ever. It's just crazy.
One big reason for the backlash was the video's content. The music video showed JoJo wearing suggestive outfits and making inappropriate gestures. That was completely out of line, especially since most of her fans were kids. Parents
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the problem. You can't just be, like, kid-friendly. It's like if Nick A30, you know, went and started swearing every single time he died, right? When he's particularly known for being like family friendly. You can't do that because your audience is centered around a certain demographic, and you can't just change it suddenly and expect everyone to just be like, oh, okay. No.
upset because they felt the video was too graphic for her young audience. But things got worse after JoJo's performance at the LA Pride event in June 2024.
Oh, no.
During the performance, she danced provocatively with her background dancers, drank from a bottle of vodka on stage, and swore loudly into the mic multiple times. This behavior didn't sit well with fans, especially since many of her younger audience members were in the crowd. As news of JoJo's behavior spread, the dislikes on her Karma video skyrocketed until it hit 3.1 million dislikes, becoming
that
one of
ratio
the most...
is literally crazy, bro. Wait, yeah, that's a 10 to 1. So there's 10 times more dislikes almost. That is diabolical, bro. That is a horrible ratio. Well, when I say 10 to 1, I mean 10 like dislikes first, by the way.
disliked videos on the platform. T-Series. In 2018 and 2019, YouTube was buzzing about one thing: PewDiePie versus
I remember this, bro. I remember like being so like watching every single. Back then, bro, there was people who live streamed like 24/7 of just the live sub counts of PewDiePie and T-Series, and I'd watch them all the time. I remember it was like in school, everyone would talk about, oh, PewDiePie is so great, you know? And everyone was so excited, and it was crazy. It was a crazy time to be alive. You got the music videos. Oh, man.
Series. What started as a playful competition spiraled into something much bigger. By the end, this epic battle between two massive channels led to some of the most hated videos on YouTube. The reason T-Series videos got so many dislikes was not because of the content itself, but because of the rivalry between two channels, PewDiePie and T-Series. For many years, PewDiePie held the title of the most subscribed channel on
that's
YouTube.
Mr. Beast.
He didn't just have the most subscribers, he also had the most views on his videos. PewDiePie was even predicted to be the first creator to ever hit 100 million subscribers.
You know what's sad? I guarantee he's at the same sub count I saw him 2 years ago. Search this up right now. 110 mil. Yeah, I mean, basically. Okay, so now the problem is I don't remember what the video is. Oh, right here. No, so basically, he's been at like 110 mil or so, 109 mil for like literally for like 2 or 3 years, at least as far as I remember. Like every time I see his channel, it's always the same. It's surprising.
But that prediction didn't last. In late 2018, a new channel started taking over, T-Series, which was an Indian company that produced music and films. Their videos were so popular that in January 2017, they overtook PewDiePie and became the most viewed channel on YouTube. But PewDiePie still had the most subscribers. Before long, T-Series began closing in on PewDiePie's subscriber count.
I didn't even know all
like
this.
they might take his top spot. A new report even predicted that T-Series would be the first YouTube channel to reach 100 million subscribers. But PewDiePie wasn't gonna let that happen without a fight. In August 2018, he posted a video titled "This Channel Will Overtake PewDiePie," where he playfully asked his fans to help him stay #1.
Who is this T-Series channel? This channel will pass PewDiePie. I'm #1! I'm #1!
PewDiePie didn't know it yet, but with that request, he had just triggered a full-blown fan war between his supporters and T-Series fans. PewDiePie's fans were determined.
I remember Mr. Beast was buying like, wasn't he buying like a bunch of ads for like PewDiePie, sub to PewDiePie, and like all over the place? Oh, there was so much
to keep him at the top, so they started disliking T-Series videos as a way to fight back. Millions of fans joined the effort. They organized campaigns to dislike every video uploaded by T-Series. This wasn't just about keeping PewDiePie on the top anymore. They wanted to bring down the T-Series channel altogether. PewDiePie added more fuel to the fire when he released a diss track called Be Lasagna, which was a direct attack on T-Series. And it got PewDiePie's fans
honestly, I listened to it back like a couple months ago. It's kind of cringy, I'm not gonna lie, but I used to bang this song all the time. I was like, oh, this is so cool. But like, to be honest, it's not that great. Like, it doesn't even make sense. Why is he saying lasagna? Doesn't make sense. Why is that in the chorus? Don't get it.
even more fired up. They started disliking T-Series videos in massive numbers. Big YouTubers like Jacksepticeye and Markiplier joined in, asking their own fans to support PewDiePie by subscribing to his channel and disliking T-Series videos.
Wow, he looks so much more
Mr.
different.
Beast even bought every billboard in his city telling people to unsubscribe from T-Series and subscribe to PewDiePie.
Calling all bros, you can save YouTube.
That was back when Mr. Beast was actually watchable. Now he's just not.
Subscribe to PewDiePie, unsubscribe from T-Series. Truer words have never been spoken.
There was a march in Pakistan where protesters held signs reading unsubscribe T-Series and expressed their support for PewDiePie. Hackers around the world hijacked printers, making them print over 100,000 flyers supporting PewDiePie. Needless to say, this rivalry got out of hand.
I don't know,
despite
but here's the thing, I don't remember who won. I think it was T-Series. I don't remember.
Millions of dislikes on their videos,
Oh my God.
T-Series won the battle. It all came to an end on May 29th, 2019, when T-Series officially passed PewDiePie and became the first channel to hit 100 million subscribers. The PewDiePie versus T-Series rivalry led to some of the most disliked videos on the platform. This next video on our list is much more serious than this competition. It involves compromising kids for money.
Ooh.
The CoComelon Bath Song. The CoComelon Bath Song is one of the most hated videos on YouTube, and its high number of dislikes reveal just how much controversy
Wow, million?
surrounds it. This video, created by the popular children's channel CoComelon, has racked up over 6 billion views and 16 million likes. However, the number that stands out the most is its 12 million dislikes. That's a 42% dislike to like ratio. When parents were asked why they disliked CoComelon, most of them had the same answer: addiction. Parents can't stand the Bath Song and other CoComelon videos because they're too addictive for toddlers. At such a young age, the content should be safe for their growing minds, but CoComelon is far from that. It's like poison for their brains. CoComelon is designed to keep kids hooked to their screens. It uses bright colors and flashy effects to grab their attention, and the scenes change every few seconds to keep things exciting. These tactics make it hard for kids to stop watching. For example, in the Bath Song, the scene often changes every 1 to 2 seconds.
Let's see how many seconds it takes for each one of these scenes to change. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1.
I mean, okay. Never mind.
Parents also complain that CoComelon adds absolutely zero value to their kids. The videos don't
so you're telling me that you're gonna complain when you can do something about it? Like, really?
The kids anything. It just turns them into zombies that stare at the screen. Some parents even said that their kids throw tantrums when a CoComelon video is turned off. Given all this, it's no surprise the CoComelon Bath Song has 12 million dislikes. Parents believe that CoComelon isn't just entertainment, it's making their kids addicted to screens.
Okay, okay, I'm
Parents
sorry.
believe that CoComelon isn't just entertainment.
You never put soap in your eyes. Why do they like actually do that? What the
And to show their frustration, they've made it one of the most hated videos on YouTube. If you guys want a more in-depth breakdown of this situation, check out my video, How the Internet Destroyed Generation Alpha. The next hated video on our list was also created by a popular company, but after one tragic incident, they went from loved to absolutely hated. The Sadak 2 trailer.
I've never heard of this.
It might surprise you, but the second most disliked video on YouTube is actually a movie trailer. The trailer for the beloved movie Sadak 2 received a whopping 13.9 million dislikes. With 81 million views, the trailer only managed to gather around 700,000 likes.
The ratio is crazy. The ratio is one of the worst ratios I've ever
technically
seen.
Makes the Sadak 2 trailer the most disliked video on YouTube if we're going by the dislike to like ratio. People didn't just dislike the Sadak 2 trailer because of the movie itself. It had to do with a much bigger issue: the death of a beloved Bollywood actor.
Big breaking news that is coming in at the moment. Actor
I know nothing about this.
has committed
On June 14th, 2020, all of India was heartbroken after hearing about the passing of actor Sushant Singh Rajput. The 34-year-old was a rising movie star in India. Police reported that he took his own life. However, investigations began to reveal a darker story, one that would lead everyone to hating the Sadak 2 movie. It turns out, before his demise, Sushant was almost given the lead role in the Sadak 2 film, but at the last minute, he was kicked out of the project and replaced. Why? Ali Abad that, the film's lead actress didn't want to work with him. Alia wasn't just an actress, but also the daughter of the director of the movie. This made people believe that Alia might have influenced her father to replace Sushant with another actor. Old clips of Alia mocking Sushant surfaced, which fueled the public's anger. On a talk show, Alia talked down on Sushant's achievements. Sushant's fans felt like he was treated unfairly by powerful people in Bollywood, including the Bhatt family. They believed that getting kicked out of the Sadak 2 movie because of nepotism drove Sushant to do what he did. So when the Sadak 2 trailer was released just 2 months after Sushant's passing, it became a target for angry fans who were still...
I mean, that's kind of fair. I don't think it's like... I mean... I don't know. I'm confused, kind of, in a sense, because, one, I don't get, like... So he was in the first one, or no? I don't know. I have no clue. And the second thing is also, it's just kind of like... I mean, yeah, it's a pretty crappy situation, but also it's like... is it 100% their fault? Not necessarily.
Mourning him. They flooded the video with dislikes as a way to protest nepotism in Bollywood. The hate continued until it hit 13.6 million dislikes, setting a new YouTube record. The next video on our list probably took millions of dollars to create, only to take the crown as the most hated video in YouTube history. YouTube Rewind 2018.
Oh, okay, I forgot about that. Yeah,
ironically, the
Wait,
most
still #1? Oh my god, that's horrible. How much does it
video
have?
on YouTube was made by YouTube. With a staggering 20 million dislikes, YouTube Rewind 2018 was the most hated video.
I don't even remember
on the
why
platform.
this was... Oh yeah, this meme is so iconic.
But why did this video, which was meant to celebrate the year's biggest trends, end up getting so much hate?
Oh,
Every year...
if I remember correctly, it's because they didn't represent the trends remotely well, and they left out a bunch of important moments, I think.
From 2010 to 2019, YouTube released a video called YouTube Rewind to recap the most popular moments on the platform.
Oh, they don't do this
anymore. In the
anymore.
beginning, it was a simple collection of the biggest viral videos, but over time, it became a full production. By 2012, YouTube featured popular creators to perform viral trends in their videos. At first, this format worked well, but by the time YouTube Rewind 2018 came around, things took a turn for the worst. That year, it seemed like YouTube completely ignored what its community wanted. YouTube Rewind 2018 felt disconnected from the creators and events that people cared about. Many viewers were annoyed that YouTube left out major moments.
Yeah, I don't even
the
know
huge
though.
PewDiePie versus T-Series
that's
rivalry,
huge, yeah.
which was one of the biggest stories on the platform that year. PewDiePie, who was also YouTube's most popular individual creator, wasn't even mentioned in the video.
Seriously, YouTube, I feel like there's no longer a YouTube Rewind when you bring up stuff about what's happening in the world and include talk show hosts. This video should be a representation of all the biggest events and YouTubers on YouTube during the year.
On top of that, YouTube invited celebrities and influencers who weren't really part of the YouTube community. People were confused about why movie stars and talk show hosts were
like
included
Will Smith.
when they didn't contribute to YouTube's culture.
Honestly, Will Smith being there is absolutely ridiculous.
Fans wanted the video to focus on their favorite YouTubers, not random celebrities who had nothing to do with the platform. So why did YouTube make all these strange choices? According to tech YouTuber Marques Brownlee, it was because of advertising. Marques explained that YouTube started seeing Rewind as a way to appeal to advertisers who cared a lot about brand safety. That meant that YouTube had to leave out anyone controversial like PewDiePie, even though he was
and then you just anger everyone else. What a genius
huge
move.
star on YouTube.
They obviously are a company that has to make money, and the way they do that is by pairing advertisers to content. So they started seeing YouTube Rewind as a place to showcase all the best stuff that happens on YouTube for advertisers.
This focus on keeping advertisers happy made the video feel less authentic. Instead of celebrating the real YouTube community, it felt like YouTube was just trying to put together a polished advertiser-friendly product.
What is that?
In response to all the hate, PewDiePie decided to create his own version of YouTube
I've never actually
Rewind.
watched that.
Yeah, it's rewind time. You know, if I could control rewind, I would want it to be an actual rewind.
PewDiePie's video was much more in touch with what the community wanted. It featured real highlights from the year and didn't shy away from controversial moments.
I remember that.
It featured
oh my god,
real highlights from the year and didn't.
Yeah, Yeah, that lady, didn't she? Oh yeah, I remember. She threw her cat or something.
Shy away from controversial moments. After the disaster of YouTube Rewind 2018, YouTube tried to fix things with Rewind 2019, but they just made another mess. Instead of doing a big production, YouTube Rewind 2019 went back to a simple compilation format, showing the most liked videos of that year. But fans thought it was a lack of effort, like YouTube had just given up.
That's crazy. You can never satisfy these people, apparently.
Rewind still got 10 million dislikes.
Oh wow.
YouTube Rewind was no longer a celebration video, but a cesspool of hate comments. Because of all the bad feedback, YouTube decided to cancel the Rewind series completely. These hated videos remind us that being real with your audience is worth more than views or likes. Even if I'd like to think our production quality is on point, no amount of editing can replace keeping your trust as my main goal. Visual Venture.
Wait, it's over? Wait, how much dislikes did... Whatever. I don't know. I feel like that was, it's interesting. All the most disliked videos seem to have a thing in common. People being fake. Or the creator being fake. So, lesson of the day, don't be fake. Well, at least don't make it obvious you're being fake. Okay? You could be fake. Just don't make it obvious. YouTube Rewind was probably why they removed dislikes. I disagree, because they didn't do Rewind, apparently. And they removed dislikes 2 years after they stopped doing Rewind, so I don't know. I don't know why. I don't remember. Why did they remove dislikes? Oh yeah, probably because it's like, oh, don't harass people. Or whatever. I hopefully enjoyed the stream. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching, and peace.